you some love, 'cause I'm a prisoner. I just want to look my way and never back to you.
Welcome, one and all. I wanted to play that initial song originally because I loved it from Three Wise Men. I absolutely loved it. I'm hoping that we'll get around to like changing it over to Talk to K. Welcome all you lovely viewers. Thank you very much for all the people that have currently been in the chat. All of you lovely people out there. Really do appreciate you guys turning up. I know there's an awful lot of content on Tuesday night nowadays. Seems to be getting very, very busy since back in the days when there was no one about. But let me introduce my co-host for tonight. You all know him. Some of you may know him as Eugene. Some of you may know him as Lukman. But unmistakably, you recognize what he looks like. Eugene, how are you? How are you?
Fine, Mr. K. How are you?
It's been kind of good and bad. I was thinking to myself, before the show, there's been enough shows that have been talking about certain subject, and every time we think that it's important to talk about him, it makes me feel sad inside. It doesn't make me feel good. So I think that's something that we're just going to leave out of this episode. What do you say, Eugene? You fed up of it yet?
I've been fed up with it for a long time. Since it started, right? So might as well just just have a few words about it and move on.
Eugene, shall I introduce all the people in the chat?
Yep, go ahead.
Mr. Edwardson, how are you? How are you doing, sir? Absolutely amazing. Incidentally, if anyone sees that person typing in there, it's most likely me. Unless, of course, Will does it from another computer somewhere. And look, Mom, that's you obviously saying hello. And at the beginning of the show, I do come along and, put a comment in. If you're watching, please do put comments in, even before the show starts. I'll have a little read of them. There might be something interesting I might incorporate into the show. So please do put them in. It can heavily influence like what the show could be, and you never know, it might be a cracker. Let's have a little scroll down over here. Mr. Scott M, how are you doing, sir? Fantastic to see you. Shane Black, as always. Oh, absolutely fantastic to see you guys as well. And Chris, where would I be without you, sir? Honest to God, you keep me sane. And I've got someone called Girl58. Thank you very much. Evening indeed. This is Eugene over here as well. So I think on this particular show, Eugene, I can see you and me like doing this on a regular basis. People out there in the chat. People in the chat, if you like that type of thing, let us know. Mr. K. Alexander, how are you doing, sir? We've got Aiden suddenly popped in as well. Aiden, how you doing, my man?
How are you doing?
We've got,
nice to meet you.
And don't forget, Aaron. He's always about. Aaron,
yeah.
You're permanently in there in the comments. I used to be permanently in the comments, Eugene.
Yeah, we used to be permanently in the comments.
I think that's where me, you, and Aaron, we share this thing called permanently in the comments. Mr. Edwardson's permanently in the comments. Mr. Alexander's permanently in the comments. Chris, permanently in the comments. Viewers, if you come to my show and I think it's talk to K. So I think, Eugene, maybe the second half of the show, we should open it up to everyone in the comments. Jump on.
Sure.
Anybody want to jump on, we should allow them to do so. That'll be in the second half. So right now, Eugene. Oh, I think there's a few more people that have left some comments. Mr. Ziran the Tester. Legends. Loved Eugene and Special K. Oh, I think this is the first time I've seen Ziran the Tester, because that's from Marvel. That's from Marvel Comics. I think that's meant to be. Is that one of those original giants back in the day? I've forgotten the name now. Titans. Let me know. Ziran the Tester. Or maybe that's what Ziran the Tester is. Maybe he's one of those. Right. Gary O'Neill saying hello. Has anyone got any questions so far in there, or some interesting comments that and let's have a little look. Edwardson, there you go. Will's a lot more friendly towards me when he's controlled by the legend that is Mr. K. Well, thank you very much, sir. Yeah.
Oh, that means if you put a comment through this system now, you appear out as Will.
I do.
Yeah,
this is his channel, so
that's
big up Will. Big up Will, honestly. Thank you very much for letting us on this channel. You're a crazy guy, you. I killed your stream once, and you're letting me run a show on you. No, look, he's a forgiving guy. He's a forgiving guy.
Good guy. Will's a very good guy.
Chris is saying, I don't know if he's talking to someone, but he's saying, no, I live in the United Kingdom. Oh, he's talking to AE in the northeast of England, but I'm half Greek. So that means he's in the northeast of England and he's got suntan. So that's what I assume. But yeah, we've got Stella. Stella's a fellow Greek, isn't he?
Yep, Stella's. Yeah,
Stella's.
Yeah,
That's Stella's. Yeah. I didn't know whether he was Cypriot or whether he was Greek. But I suppose
I think it's
the same
Greek
thing, right? Same thing, maybe.
More or less.
But I generally think that when it comes to football, it's the one beautiful thing in life, where regardless of your background, whether you're Muslim or whether you're Sikh or whether you're Christian or whether you're Jewish or Zoroastrian, Buddhist, if you share a passion for this one thing, we don't care. We don't care what your private life is. We really don't care. And I think in the real world out there, outside football, people objectify and they do care. And I think that's one of the subjects we're trying to keep away from. Right. So why? Because I think right now we don't see the sun in the northeast. I'm hoping to send you some sun when I can. But you are seeing plenty of sun on the screen, right? Scoring goals against Man City. Yes. Eugene, you loved watching that game, didn't you?
Yeah. We were in control.
We were like
apart from the first 20 minutes or so, we were in control after that.
Yeah.
No,
it's like we were weathering the storm. We checked him out and said, listen, if you're going to score 4 goals past us, you've got 14, 15 minutes to do so. Otherwise, like Gandalf, thou shalt not pass. And we needed a new one of our own.
Yeah, and we got it.
Yeah, I think that chant started during Poch's time. In terms of like what we currently have, the current squad. But we've now got a new one of your own. And we saw glimpses of that last season, right? I think the very first time he appeared, the very first time he caught my eye was him bolting down that right-hand wing. And I'm thinking, who the heck's that? Moving at that pace. Like normally when you got like some sort of, what they call them, a substitute defender, right? Right? You've got a substitute defender. The last thing they'll do is like
bomb right.
Burst out of their position and leave it alone. Who else is in the house? Mr. DP's in the house.
Adam.
Clear plan to target right back. Tangangsta. Having none of it. Absolutely right, Mr. DP. Adam, how are you doing, sir? He's traveling a lot of hours nowadays. So, Chris, Mr. K, I enjoyed the game stats. Don't lie. 4 times we placed City at the... Not more than that. We played more than 4 times. I think under Tommy's channel, what we did was the last 6 games, the last 6 times we played them, I think the total score was 12-1 to us.
Yeah.
The time that we conceded a goal against us was in this 15-16 season. which I found was an astonishing stat. It means that whenever they come to us, we're their proper bogey team.
True.
And Mr. You know what it is? Sometimes I try to click on these things and they move up, and then I end up clicking on someone else's. But yeah, I was trying to highlight. Adam is saying he's good, fantastic, and he's also giving you a little wave, Eugene. So let's sit back. We've got a wonderful team, haven't we? I mean, I'm seeing something which. I mean, let's look at that performance on Sunday. Come on, I don't care what anyone says. You cannot suddenly get that squad, wave a magic wand, and all of a sudden they play like that without Kane, right? Yeah. Without a recognized right back, with the Lauren Hardy that we've got in the middle.
Hey, Laura and Hardy turned up good, Don't forget Sunday. They no more. We most probably have to give them cut them a lot of slack. But like I said, take the game a pinch of salt. It's the first game of the season. What Nuno has proven to the fans now is right. He's bringing the pride back. Okay, we all felt proud when we beat M City on Sunday. And to tell you the truth, even if we didn't beat them, we draw them 0-0. I would have felt proud too. You get what I'm saying? Because
Eugene,
the
I don't understand. Look below. I don't understand. Explain it to me. Look, we are that type of team, right? Yeah, that Joe Linton never scored a goal, right? Yeah, suddenly pops one against us, looks like Superman, and we do this to City, time and time again. Just when you think you're having that you got some sort of boginess against you, guess what? There's someone out there worse than you. Apparently, that's called City. Yes, Derek Hutchinson, how are you, sir? And what do you think of Pep Guardiola? I think he needs to I think he needs to phone his daughter. But a question over here, which I wanted to come back to, Eugene. How many players do you think? This is from Gary O'Neill. Hi, Gary O'Neill.
Hi,
Gary.
How
many players do you think we need to sign, and how many do you think we are going to sign? Right. Can we come back to this question, Eugene? Unless you want to answer it right now.
Okay, let Gary know, right? How many players we need to sign? The ones that we need to sign now, I think we more or less need one more center back, all right, to see the way Nuno is playing. Maybe the right back has been a bit soft at the moment, the way Jaffet has been playing, so we might not need the right back at the moment. But of course, we still need to get rid of Aurier. If we don't get rid of him, he may be a squad player, all right? We need another striker. Okay, another striker has to come back in. Whether all right. Whether
I don't mean to distract you. But while you're talking,
you know why Reload says that? It reminds me of Homer. You know Simpson? That's why I laugh.
Yeah. Listen, carry on. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Carry on.
So as I was going, we need a striker, whether Kane stays or not, not to go back there again. If he stays, he needs to be, I don't know, the way I'm seeing it now, what Nuno is doing, right? He's depending on the squad, the team that he has. Not on one player or two players or three players, right? And the way I see it, that if we strengthen in all the positions, that we have one good player, but not 1.5 or 2 good players in that position to cover if that one good player is out, right? We don't have a squad deep enough to go all the way. But now what Nuno is doing, I think he knows what he needs. And I see what Paratici is doing is that, of course, if he can bring in more players, okay, to cover the positions that he needs, I guess we'll do fine. And if he doesn't, the way that what we've seen on Sunday against M City, like I said, in Nuno we trust, he's doing something good, you see. Even though we slated the Sanchez and Dyer the whole of last season, but Sunday's match, we can't fault them. They were near to perfect, right? Not perfect, but near to. But next thing is that we have to see consistency out of these two guys. That's all. Consistency. And don't forget, we got Romero coming in. All right,
no, he's in already. He's already stepped onto the hallowed turf. He's already made his debut for a few minutes. Scott M over here. Always good to see comments from Scott. We need 5 to 6 players. We'll get 1 to 2.
Oh, Scott, be happy when you get that 1 to 2. Right? Don't forget who we're dealing with. Right?
No. We've had the one plus the 2. That's the 1 is that young boy, and 2 is the one we've got. We've already had the 1 and the 2. We're not getting 5 and 6. No, but yeah, I think I share Scott's optimism that we'll get
Mhm.
1 or 2 more. But yeah, it's there was another one over here which I wanted to bring you to your attention. Derek Hutchinson. He says Milkovic. Sorry,
Milinkovic.
Milkovic. Right?
Milinkovic,
What?
yeah.
I know it's Milankovic, but I'm just gonna say Milkovic because I think Bob Spurs got me
Stuck
going
on that.
He's got me changing names and playing with them.
That's
Ward
Bobby.
Prowse. This is what I wanted to bring you to. Ward Prowse. Now, originally when I looked at Ward Prowse come to Spurs, I was thinking to myself, nah, if Ward Prowse was going to come to Spurs, he should have come like 4 or 5 years ago. Am I right in thinking like that? I mean, we had
To
Ericsson
me,
at the time. We had
no.
Ericsson at the time.
I mean, you're talking about players coming in 4 or 5 years ago. We should have gotten Grealish. We should have gotten Dybala. We should have gotten Bruno Fernandes.
No, what I'm saying is, I don't believe that it's worth getting someone like Ward Prowse at this particular stage.
To me,
Because
is that
age? Because of his age, right? Yeah. I mean, was he 28? How old is the young boy?
I think 26, 27.
I think he's 28 now. Isn't he?
No, 26, 27.
So is he going to be like the Dempsey maneuvers when we're going to bring in an experienced player who's going to be there for like maybe 2 contracts, 2 years plus an optional third. But the problem is with me is that this could be another Doherty signing where we want the players to raise the game, and I think this is his game already. He's already raised it to this level that he's currently playing at. The team he's currently playing at, and I think when he comes to our team, it's not going to be quite the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
but to me, Mr. K, Ward Prowse, I don't mind him coming in for the right price, right? Not some crazy price that Southampton wants or something. Maybe you can get him at about 20-25 million pounds. I'll be very happy with him, right? But he will bring a different dimension while the game is going on. Maybe while we're stuck and we can't break a defense down, he gets a free kick and he pings it in. If Harry Kane is still there, he gets his head on it and we score a goal. That's how I see Ward Prowse.
Okay, so if he comes in, say for example, he was playing in the middle of the field, right? So in the middle of the field, who we currently got?
Oh, we got Skippy. We've got
Højbjerg,
Skippy.
Right. So if you got say those 2, right? Yeah. Let's say for example you're playing a 4-2-3-1, right? Yeah. And we actually went and bought a striker for crying out loud, which we've been crying out for years. And it's all of a sudden it's like, yeah, we need to get a striker. Repeat last year, needed a striker. No, repeat the year before. Llorente ever? He was a backup striker, right?
Yeah, but Llorente did his job. You understand? When he came back, he did his job. He did a smashing job. But the thing is that, with his hip, with his whatever he needs to, whatever he needs to get it in, he uses it. But the thing is, like, the striker problem is that I don't think is that we don't get the striker in to try to help out Harry Kane. It's the problem that in the end of the day, Harry Kane plays all the matches and doesn't give other strikers a chance. That's why what I like about Nuno now, right? Because Nuno is going to put his stamp in and say that he's the boss. You see, after all the fiasco has gone through, if Harry Kane is not sold, right, and you've seen the statements coming out from the players themselves, right, they are willing to accept Harry Kane back, right, and Harry Kane is a plus to the team, not a negative.
Okay. So when you talk about striker need, reload, man, sometimes reload and me, right? Yeah, we get into like some crosshairs and like really opposite opinions, but the vast majority of the time, hats off. I love the statements. I always have from the first time I saw you back in the day. The performance against City was ideal to play City. The difficulty will be against most of the other sides. I worry about the lack of goals, even with Kane there. Now, we got pegged back an awful lot, right? They had more of the ball than us. So we were resilient. We pressed. We blocked. We blocked. In the end, they couldn't get past, right? And when they did get past, they for some reason they didn't score. Yeah, we made it difficult for them to score. We tightened the angles, but they had 1 or 2 chances to do it, but they didn't put them away. Okay, that's a rusty side that hasn't played together for a while in a competitive Premier League. When we go up against other teams, we're going to have to break them down, and they're going to counter against us. And traditionally, that's when our defense usually messes up, right?
But the thing is that what we've seen on Sunday, right? Even when City had the ball, okay, There were 1 or 2 hairy moments only in the first 15 to 20 minutes. After that, whatever they threw at us, I felt comfortable. I didn't have that feeling that we're going to concede the goal, because I guess even though our defense sat back, we didn't sit back too deep, and we did press forward to push them back a bit. And to tell the truth, when we did the counter, they couldn't handle us, and that maybe is due to the fitness, or maybe during the first half. Did you notice the first half? Whenever we got a counter, right, we weren't like going to score the goal, but we made them run back like crazy.
Oh, and they were scared. But
when
last season,
Son Bergwijn and what I call Son Bergwijn and Mora, when they ran forward, right?
Yeah.
3 of them running forward. They had 7 people chasing them back.
I remember seeing that. But Eugene, if you look at over here, for example, it says, love Bergwijn's interview. This is from William McKenzie. Shows he's got more to give. What I wanted to highlight here was I saw Dele Alli miss 3 times. Right, in the friendly, right? 3 times in the friendly. So he was getting in the right places. He was doing the right things with people in the beginning in order for them the movement to get there in the first place. This was finishing maneuvers. So he's the man that's there. Out of all the other ones which are not there, he's the one there. He put himself in that position. That's taking the scruff of the neck. The only thing was putting it away. Now, with a bit of confidence, with a bit of regular playing, with maybe a manager patting him on the back and saying, listen, come on, don't worry, you're going to trip, you're going to fall, but I believe in you. I want you to try your best. Keep trying. This boy ran at 11 kilometers or 11 miles?
Yeah, 11 kilometers. Okay, Mr. K, this is what happened during the MCT match, is what I think Nuno planned for Delhi, is that he told Delhi he has to sit back and do the dirty work, right?
Yeah.
And because we're playing MCT, okay. So let's say we're playing a Watford or a Wolves, I think Delhi will be more forward, and he will be more creative, given the creative freedom to do the things that he want to do. Okay, but against teams like MCT, Chelsea, the stronger teams, Delhi's job is to be more or less, a cover, a second cover or third cover for Højbjerg or Skip. You see, all right. Okay, what's going on there now?
Sorry, man, it's ugly.
Okay, no.
Ali's in the house.
Big up, Ali. Big up. Thanks for being here. Right.
Also, I want to say hello to Dazza as well. Dazza, nice to see you.
He says that Jane Ward-Prowse will cost 40 or 50 million.
I looked at that and I thought to myself, Levy spending that type of money? No way.
No way.
Would he be able to pull off a loan for the first season and then pay off over 5 years?
Maybe.
No, Southampton will tell him to go away. He's more useful to Southampton, that money, than letting him go. Maybe they could try to cash on him, but I don't know. We're still in debate regarding that particular player. I'd rather have somebody younger come. And you know what? We've got this young boy coming, so maybe he might grow into this type of creative midfield force that likes to attack. I've yet to see his play style.
But Mr. K, just a question to you, right?
Go on.
Who do you think will be the ideal free kick taker now? Right? Don't say Kane, please. All right. At this moment in the squad, who do you see? I don't see anyone.
Who takes our corners?
Right. That's the only point. What we say is that
who takes our corners?
Yeah, Son.
Right.
Yeah.
Who scores goals for us right now?
Son.
Right. Okay. So he can make the ball go very long, and he can be very precise. Sounds like.
But the thing is that but if you get
what's missing?
If you get another free kick taker, right? Won't you free up Son to be in the box to score the goals?
No. Well, the thing is, then generally you got rebounds. So then you got plenty of other players, midfield players, defensive players. They all got to play their part when it comes to set plays. Now,
but
the idea here is that any one of them could score a goal.
Yeah, but more or less, I'm saying is that we actually need someone who actually can do the direct free kick thing to score the goals. We have missed that because we've lost Eriksson.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Van der Vaart, Eriksson. That's why I said if JWP comes in, he might solve that problem for us and give us a different dimension of the game. Yeah, remember how many late goals? You remember how many late goals that Eriksson used to score with his free kicks, right? And winners
Jason
games.
In the house.
Hi, Jason. Right, Jason's in the house. Maybe you can hop on later when we throw out the links for the for you guys in the chats to hop on. So that's right.
Before you continue, Eugene, you know what? You reminded me of something very, very important. which I have totally forgotten to do.
Yeah.
And someone's going to spank me later for it, right? So, okay, viewers out there, just in case you're wondering, this show over here is called Talk to K. Previously, we used to do a Three Wise Men, but now it's a lot more intimate sort of format. You know, just me and Eugene at the beginning talking about bits and pieces. But the main thing is I'm talking to you guys. I'm looking at your comments. You're writing here directly to me. I'm replying back to you. You know, over here, Girl 58 says, "Hi, Mr. K. It's Graham from Sunday."
Graham. All right,
okay,
you got it
GR,
wrong.
right? Just
L.
in case anyone's watching, right? Yeah, GR, right, is for Graham, and
Okay.
you know I've been mentioning it's 58. Graham is okay.
Sorry,
just in case the
Graham,
viewers are
sorry,
wondering,
yeah.
Graham is a lifelong Spurs fan, an absolute lifelong Spurs fan. I think he was a Spurs fan before he was even born. So, but he is part of the silent majority of viewers that are out there. I know you're out there. I know you don't type into the comments. I know you do listen. And if we're saying things that you don't like, then please let us know by writing it down in the comments. And if there are things that you do like, then stick a little thumbs up if you possibly can on the like thing at the video. It helps Will Stewart's THFC's channel a lot, right? The Rants channel, compared to most other channels out there for Spurs, was the first channel that Eugene, we both came across that allowed the users to come in, the viewers to come in and put their 2 pence and be heard. They didn't need to do no super chat or anything like that. They just came in, he put them on there.
And didn't have to be a member and anything like that.
Didn't have to be a member. I mean, only recently I think he put it on because there was some abuse going on, racist abuse.
Yeah, the subscribers.
So so I think he put that on earlier in the bearded, the bald and the bearded. But what I wanted to highlight today, okay, Graham, it's a pleasure. Thank you very much for viewing. What I wanted to highlight right now was the Patreons that we have. Okay, so I'm just going to pull up our patrons that we currently have. I think this needs to change. I think there's one more person by the name of John. I think Will Stewart was saying that there's another person called John that needs to be put into here. But these are the Williams Rangers, the patrons that really kind of have
support the channel.
Support the channel on a monthly basis through Patreon. Instead of going through YouTube, which has a very high commission, they take a lot of money out, they put a lot of advertising in, and they give the content creators. At the end of the day, I'm thankful that YouTube is here. But this is Patreon, a totally different network, and it's designed to help content creators link directly with the viewers so they can support one another. And right now, our patrons are Spartan7 Gaming, Wayne Bonner, Mama Codes, Celery Agent, AG, Gaguma, Tony Coe, Alex Burlton, Bob Spur TV, and also a gentleman by the name of John, which is not written on here yet. That probably happened while I was away for a while. So thank you very much, all those patrons out there. And I do know that the viewers sometimes throw in super chats or super stickers to support the channel. Do so if you want to support William Stewart's channel. For me personally, and I know for Eugene over here as well, where we get our reward is reading the comments, listening to what you have to say,
interacting with you guys.
And over here, so to help the channel continue and get better, smash a like, subscribe if you can, if you haven't already. It'd be really nice if you did. By subscribing and liking and writing a comment, what happens is the YouTube algorithm grabs it up, sees it as interactivity, and then puts it in front of other people's faces. Say, hey, you might like this. So really, it's about finding other people like us that like what we're doing. So let's carry on with what we're doing, Eugene. All right. So apparently, Luis Francisco. Pronounce the name. If I butcher people's names, I'm from London. We're always going to do that wrong. But hi to you. Dyer is our new free kick specialist. Shall we?
Not special. Not special enough.
Apparently, Island Life. Good to see you, mate. He says he doesn't want to see
Dyer to give
more free kicks. Has he taken that many free kicks?
Last season, no, not many. Last season was the Harry Kane free kick taking scenario saga or whatever you can call it.
Yeah,
he took most of the free kick.
I've seen Lucas hit a ball. So the Island Life has actually got a point there. I mean, why is he not taking more? I think what it is that he's quite a nippy person. So when someone has to take a free kick, then you want someone a bit nippy, right? Yeah, zipping in and out, maybe go for the rebound and stuff like that. So Aglia,
Ellie.
she's bigged you up. She says, "Hi, Lockman, big yourself up and big up your gorgeous, gracious, incredible fans that were so electrifying, cheering us on the point, onto the point that Pep was lost in translation and had no answer to our energy." Absolutely,
True.
absolutely, absolutely. Thank you very much, Aglia. Right. I don't understand that one, unfortunately. Who's very special in the wrong ways? I've lost that one. Right. Okay, I'm going to move straight on to Adam. I remember that last-minute goal Ericsson scored against Everton on the last day of the season.
Yeah.
We need a player like that again.
That's what I said. The free
That's
kicks.
what we're basically saying right now. It's like we are missing someone who can do a free kick. That can. Why free kick? Because they're technical players who work on their technical abilities, rather than the rough and tumble that maybe people like Skip and Højbjerg might practice on. So these are midfield players that are thinking, that can see things that other players maybe cannot see in those pressure moments. And being able to take free kicks is part of that skill set for that particular player. So definitely we're missing someone like Ericsson. It's been too long since we've had someone we can rave about. Lo Celso, any good at taking free kicks?
Never seen him done that.
You know what? I reckon all of these players can probably hit ball and do kind of really good stuff to it when they're actually in training. The question is, how about doing it when you're on the field of play? That's when things don't go your way, right? So where are we going to next? We're trying to keep away from one issue. Oh yeah, the team.
Yeah.
Eugene, I like what I see. I like what the manager's doing. I like the clever things he's done. Every manager I've seen, no matter how powerful, including someone like Jose, for example, or someone as determined as Poch, or even Mason, they would all have put Kane. If they didn't put him in the first team, they would have put him on the bench. Nuno didn't do none of that.
True.
And that gave the whole match a clean slate.
Correct. Yeah.
He put himself in front of that position. You understand?
Yeah.
He wasn't afraid to pull that gun and pull that trigger.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Right?
The thing is that Nuno has put his stamp onto the squad, the team, to more or less say, to show that we are not going to be dependent on one player, right? We have to play as a team. And like I said, the game against I got MCT on Sunday is that we did show that fight as a team. Remember? In the last 88 minutes when Grealish hacked down Mora, and somehow another Grealish wanted to pick a fight with Mora. 7 of the outfield players were already behind Mora before Grealish could make one more step forward, right? And we didn't see that last season.
Brian is in
last season, yeah. Oh, Brian, big up, Brian. Right, last season when our players were being hacked down, right? Everybody just stood away. So I've got this good feeling that Nuno has actually brought the team together, right? And Ellie's saying.
I don't want to disturb you, but she's saying, I don't like what you're doing. I love what you're doing.
Okay.
Cool dudes, and your beard can rival any beard, my friend. Who's got the beard? Which person she's talking about with the beard?
You. I can't grow a beard.
Us. Oh my days, thank you. You know what? My beard has changed an awful lot over the years. But anyway, I digress.
You got a Nuno beard now.
No, Nuno's got my beard, mate.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm sure I had
younger,
before
right?
Nuno. Because Nuno had a bigger beard.
No, that was a long time ago, yeah.
And so did I.
But you had a style too.
But mine was bushy that way. like a Santa Claus thing. And trust me, Christmas time, I used to get free gifts.
I thought you were giving free gifts to Santa Claus.
So what I see is intelligence. I see a real commitment to the words that this man has been speaking. The first interview, he turned around and said, what caught my eye was the club motto, to dare is to do. We need to dare and we need to do. Right? So he's backing up those words. He's connecting with the fans and saying, okay, what do they want to see? They want to see that. They want to see a team that does this. Why is he listening to the fans? Because the fans know what the formula is. We know what the formula is to get success from our team.
Yeah. No,
Right?
the thing is that
And we
Mr.
saw it
K,
on Sunday. We
you
saw
must
that.
understand. No, you must understand. Some other football fans, right? Like football has evolved. You know,
Yeah.
you talk about 40 years ago, football fans were not that into the stats, not looking into this, not looking into that. They're more looking at the overall game. But nowadays, football fans have gone so advanced. They're more like the tactical, analytical side where actually you can get feedback from to see that, you know, people can't tell you things that you can't see, right? But the fans can tell you, okay, this is wrong with this guy, that is wrong with that guy, right? So I guess Nuno has,
Oh,
with
there you go.
technology, has used it and implemented it, and, you know,
Look, you're
use
absolutely right.
the chances,
Nuno
yeah.
energy is a whole vibe.
Yeah, it's
Look,
a whole
listen, we
new
were asking
vibe.
this question about the Celso earlier, and Shane Bax got back to us. He's watched some Argentinian games, so he probably knows a bit about that side.
Ah,
So Gio apparently takes the free kicks in the Argentinian squad if Messi doesn't. Dude, to be the number 2 to Messi when it comes to taking free kicks, come on, that's you know that's quite something, right?
no, like I said, it's up to Nuno to give Gio a chance to talk. I'm talking free kicks when what we're talking here about free kicks is not the one that is pinged in for someone to head in. We're talking the direct free kicks, you know, the one that goes straight into goal. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
No, I'm Papa Nuno. I'm Papa Nuno.
Okay, Papa Nuno.
But yeah, it's look,
You see?
the main thing is this, right? Yeah, is that the players are bought into it. Okay, now I remember almost like it was like yesterday or last week or something, Poch having an effect on the team when he first came in, and they won a game or something. And I remember a very young Harry Kane standing there, and he was one of our own that suddenly came out at that time.
Yeah.
And he stood there panting, sweating, and said, the gaffer, he made us work really hard. And then after we thought we couldn't take it, he made us work even harder. I just saw another interview and got deja vu.
Okay.
Tanganga coming out, showing what he's about, one of our own, saying exactly the same thing about this manager that I heard all those years ago under Poch. So I've got this feeling. It's like, whoa, my hair is standing on end. I've got this feeling.
I guess Nuno is like bringing back the fitness levels that what he sees is actually needed in the Premier League at the moment, right? How would you say this? That was completely lost for 18 months under Jose's reign, because Jose let them run wild. If you weren't professional enough, you should do your own shit. And you look after yourself, okay, and you come back as a professional to me and play the way that I want you to play, right? But I guess Nuno has taken a different approach to this and actually focus more on the individuals themselves to maybe pick out, you know, their dietary habits, you know, what you should eat, what you shouldn't eat. It starts from there. Fitness starts from what you eat and what you don't eat, right? And secondly, then let's see how far we can push you. The only problem with Poch is maybe he pushed some of the players too far until they couldn't take it anymore. That's why, more or less, like you said, by the end of the Poch era, Poch was thrown under the bus, right? Second to Messi means he's taken about 3 free kicks in his whole life.
I told you about reload. I told you about it. I tell you. Every time I say something, he's always gonna get back at me, and he's always right.
Yeah,
That's
he's
what
right.
gets me. He's always friggin' right. 3 kicks. Second to Messi means he's taken about 3 kicks in his entire life. But you know what? That's look. You talk about the dietary needs and the physical component.
But
that's
the
not where it
other part is
starts.
that.
No, wait, no, stop. That's not where it starts. Look, I've done 5 or 7 different martial arts in my life, right? And I can tell you that food, yes, is important. Water, yes, is important. But I tell you what, the most important thing is when it comes to performance: sleep, rest,
True.
sleep and rest. Okay. If you think about every one of the managers we've ever had, when it comes to Christmas time, every one of them complained about one thing, and that is their players are not getting enough rest time in between. Okay. Now, what's happened? What the reason why I mentioned sleep and rest is because you can have somebody come by and he can pull up a computer and a dictionary and a specialist who tells you about dietary needs of a person. But to get the person to perform on the pitch needs more than just how good their body is. It's something inside.
Yeah.
So what Nuno is doing with this team, what I see him doing with this team, with the individual players, is he's allowing them to have a decent night's sleep, where they can go to sleep without all that confusion, the things that unsettle them. Look, Sanchez and Dyer, they're probably going to sleep every night over summer, going, "Oh, all the fans hate us," and Dyer's going, "I don't even know what moon boots are. Everyone keeps laughing at me." No, I thought it was a dance move in the nightclub. Oh, look, there's moon boots. I thought, yeah, man, look, my feet, moon boots.
Yeah.
So they want to sleep every night, worried.
Yeah.
Correct.
The stress.
Thinking that people
Talk about the stress.
People don't love them. You think, oh, I'm getting paid millions to be a professional, but as a human being, as a young boy growing up loving football and being in front of the fans in the stadium and so forth, you want their approval, you want their love to a certain degree.
Yeah.
And that's part of the formula of being confident and being successful. Is not just money. So what's happened is that psychologically, if you lose that love, or if you get pushed, then you're forcing that way. And that's the performances we've seen. The performance we saw on Sunday, and Chelsea, Arsenal, these are performances which are blossoming, which are showing me that those same players, except Winks, those same players, right, can step up consistently.
Sure. Yeah. No,
because they can do repeat and rewind on success.
No, that's why. When Nuno came in, right, he harped on one thing. Our squad has the quality. You get what I'm saying? He's been saying the squad has the quality. It's just how you squeeze that quality out of the squad. But maybe what you're saying is right, Mr. K, that, last season there was too much stress. The fan base hyping on all the players that weren't performing. It puts a needle in their head, right? And maybe you don't get good sleep, right? And in the end of the day, your performance dropped. And the sad part is that when the performance dropped, Jose will sideline you, and the fans will jump on you, and it adds more pressure on them. So what Nuno is doing now is, right, he's trying to make them back into the team, bring back the confidence. Like you said, give them a proper night's sleep where they don't have to think about what the fans are talking about, what is this going on, what's going on here, there, and everywhere, right? And you get a proper rest, you come back, you train properly, your mental state is positive. And like I've been saying, the first match of the season, I was going, be positive, give all the positive energy to the players and support them, no matter who is playing, right? Give them a chance, right? And we've given them the chance, and the crowd loved what happened. They were cheering every tackle that was going in that we won, right? And that gave them more confidence.
So the master plan.
Oh dear. You're gonna trigger someone who wants to hop on soon.
No, this is the one that triggers him. I think we're at that time of the show, don't you think, Eugene?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Throw the link out.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see
I'm
who
going
wants to hop on.
copy this, and viewers out there, we desperately do not want to talk about Kane. Please, pretty please. Cherry on top. There's so many shows that have spoken about Kane. It's just it's too much. We're human beings. We need a little bit of relax. We need to remember there's more out there than just one person. There's 25 people in our squad, 26. There's 25 of them that out of those 25, there might be 5 that you might want to chuck in the dustbin. But there's 20 of them. Absolutely lovely people. They're in our team. They get to do the things we dream about doing. Listen, what I want to do is I want to introduce Tottenham Tantrum. He's become a YouTube member.
Yeah,
welcome. Thank you very much. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the gang. It really means an awful lot to us to have more people coming in like this. just before I digress, before I get into this, I just want to quickly go through some of the comments. Actually, you know what? I'm popping it out there. Viewers, please, I'm going to pop it into all destinations, right? I would like to speak to you. I would like you to talk to Kay and at the same time talk to Eugene. So come on. The link is in the stream. The link is in the chat. Have a look in the chat if you want to pop on. Pop on. I won't bite. I may disagree. I may agree. I may laugh. In fact, I may make you laugh. Anyway, guys.
Usually we do.
Listen, reload. No. No. Look, this is what you tell people that you don't want them to do something and they completely want to do the other way. And the other silly thing is, I believe Reload would have a 50-page essay on the Kane saga.
Yes.
I believe that he may have 100. He's actually working his way to make a novel. Eddie Ryan is saying that, hello, Eddie. I think that Dembele will be, Dembele will then, bye-bye. Then bye-bye. Dembele was going to be sold. Dembele.
But, Mr. K, remember you were saying that not getting enough sleep. Maybe Tanguy has got a lot of breastfeeding and diaper changing duties just because he had just had a new baby. And that's why he's not getting enough sleep. So that's why he's not in the team.
Look, Aguilera made a very good point. Look, we lost the Champions League final. And imagine the players like going to sleep the next few days after that. There's no more football, right? That everything's done. Cups, league is all done. This was afterwards. They fell flat on their face. They all probably looked at each other when Kane's name was probably mentioned. Saying, "Hold on, he's injured though. Like where's Mora? Yeah. Mora's magic kick to get that ball in the back of the net. Thank you very much. You sit on the bench. But my point is this. My point is the players would have been thinking, "What's going on here?" If he was normal Kane, then they wouldn't have had that issue whatsoever.
No, if Kane was playing true all the way to the finals, then he would be acceptable.
No, I'm saying he should have come on as a sub. What I'm saying is use him as a sub. Not bring him at the beginning. Put more at the beginning. Yeah. But anyway, the point is that after that, the players have got lying there and going to sleep, and they remember Poch saying, we're going to have a big rebuild. It's going to be very, very painful. And they know, shit, is my contract going to be up? Am I going to get sold? Would I have to go to Watford? Things like that. So I think to a certain degree, and then the Ericsson thing happened, right?
Saga,
yeah. And Potts turned around and said, "This is the worst preseason we've ever had." Why? It wasn't just Ericsson was part of it. So, like now, for example, we've got a player that wants to leave, right? Except this one didn't miss training. Whatever, doesn't matter. Let's not go there. Please. Right? Please. Trust me. But my point being is that he had more because he had other players where he literally told them, "Look, I want to get rid of you." And they're thinking, well, now we're not going. So poo to you, we're not playing for you. You understand? And that's pretty much exactly what happened. So I can think to myself, that was probably the Dutch or the Belgium contingent, right? Yeah. So anyway, I digress. Let's move on because this is all speculation. Listen, Tottenham Tantrum, right? Yeah. He's not only become a member, but he's actually thrown a super chat in.
Yeah. Let's see what he's got to say.
Wow. Okay, so Eugene, you want to read it out?
Okay. Do you think Tanganga so play right back or centre back with Thursday game?
I think I better read it.
I read it, yeah. My eyes.
Okay. Do you think Tanganga can play, right? Right back or centre back with Thursday's game? In other words, in Thursday's game, would you play more off the kids? Or would play a strong team as we have Wolves on Sunday? I would say Wolves is more important, personally. We have the Premier League, we have the Championship, and then we have League One. There is the Champions League, there is the Europa League, and there is the Conference League. Right? Premier League, Conference, Champions League. It's really important down here. So I would say we definitely need to play those players that we've got in the squad that have not played yet. You know, people like have we started Lo Celso? No, Lo Celso started.
Phil.
He didn't,
No,
right? So
no,
he should be
he's
definitely
not.
one player that maybe
Yeah.
should be starting, right?
Mm.
If Tange is not going to be there,
Tange is not even in the team, not even in the squad.
Right, Tanganga, I think he's very valued by Nuno. Right, for him to be played as right back on that type of game, first game of the season, means that the manager had incredible faith in what he saw in the training sessions and the one-to-ones and the reports that he got from his coaches staff about this young man. Okay, and he proved it. He proved Nuno right. It was Nuno's decision to put him on the pitch.
Correct.
And therefore, you know, and the fact that he pulled off what he pulled off, that we did not envision that he was going to do. We saw a little bit of it in the previous game, the way he set that goal up, right? By jumping in front of the defender, knocking the ball sideways for Sonny to score it, right? So I would say I'd play my strongest team on Wolves 100%. And I would get some training time for this conference first match.
Yeah, the Conference League first match, I think we will see more of a mixed team in there, right? Some of the first team and some of the youth team. And some of the players who have just come in, like Romero and Hill, right? They should get some match time out there, right? Romero and Hill.
It's okay, Paul. Don't worry, you can mention it.
Yeah, you can mention it.
But
no problem.
We just try not to talk about it too much. We just hurt too much, and it's confusing.
And don't forget, right? I'll mention it now. All right.
Woohoo! Yeah. Shamu's in the house.
Oh, Shamu is in the house. Woo!
Right, Joe as well.
Yep, Joe.
Okay.
DJ Ayoma, has signed for Lincoln City permanently. That's
good
one of our youth players.
I think so. Yeah.
One of the youth players. Yeah. Right.
I mean, it's one of the youth players that's not going to make it. Unfortunately, there's quite a few.
Yeah.
Right.
So you know, and like what I was saying, this is one last time I'm going to say his name, right? I was on the show with Bob Spur the other day. We did forget to mention one thing. Why is Kane in the squad for the ECL? Right? Is it a tactic used by Levy, right, to say that, okay, if you're not going to put up the price, right, we're going to play him with Pacos de Ferreira, and most probably he's going to get kicked a lot. Are you going to take that risk?
Look, at the end of the day, listen. If you're the manager and you have to go forward, you have to go forward with what you think you have until someone takes it away from you.
Correct.
Right? So Nuno's answer has always been very, very simple. What's his answer? I'll tell you what his answer is. His answer is, don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh.
Mr. K. Hi, Brian. No,
Brian,
as I was saying.
Got your blood pumping.
Yeah.
Brian,
can't hear him.
We're trying. Are you got a microphone on, right, Brian?
Hear me now?
I can hear you now. Brian,
nice.
We're trying to do something today. Viewing audience, if you don't know, this is Brian. If you don't know who Brian is, then please, you've been hiding underneath a rock. But if you genuinely don't know, then please, I'd like to introduce you to an incredibly legendary person. This person over here is one of the most truest Spurs fans I've ever met in my life.
True.
This guy will remember facts and details which will make R2D2 blow its circuits.
Scare me.
But be warned, he does not like a particular type of person who's bald all over, and by the name goes by the name of.
He's bald all over.
Huh? How do you know he's bald all over?
Look, how do I know? Look how shiny that head is. Look at that nose.
You take it down.
Look at the
You
chin.
Take it down.
This guy is like completely like he's like look even there. So he's like there, man. Allow him.
Don't trigger him, Mr. K. Come on.
No, I'm not going to. Not going to. Jason, how are you, sir?
And good morning. We're going to say good morning to Brian and Jason. Good morning.
Morning. It's good afternoon. It's good evening, actually.
It's good evening.
Good evening. Sorry, good evening. It's good morning for me. Yeah.
Exactly.
Evening, yeah.
And I'm the complete opposite of Brian. I don't remember anything, but I'm full of passion.
We complete each other, Jay.
I'll take you, I guess.
Viewers out there, in case you don't know who Jason Groves is, he's probably one of the best fans in terms of being able to cook Indian food in
Yes.
America. Is it America or
Canada,
Canada?
Canada,
Nova
Canada.
Scotia.
Canada.
Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
If you need to get a curry in Nova Scotia, this is the man to go and hunt out and see.
Yeah.
Am I right, Jason?
Let me ask Jason a question. Jason, has the
Yes,
treasure
sir.
hunt started back again?
The what? Oh, what?
Tre-
Oak Island. That. Do you know what,
Yes.
mate? That's actually very. I'm very close to that.
I know, that's why. I know. So I'm asking you, has the treasure
let
hunt
me
started
put-
back again?
Well, there's. I don't know if. I don't think they ever stopped. Like, you know, they're filming again, as far as I know. But I could tell you
okay.
this: they haven't found shit. Because if they had done, we'd have heard about it long before they aired the episode. You know. Sorry to
Yeah, I
spoil
know.
it.
Yeah.
They probably found some more rocks and a piece of leather the size of a microbe.
Oh no, that's just a personal thing that me and Jason have. You see, he comes from Nova Scotia, and I used to follow this series called "The Treasures of Oak Island."
The
right?
Curse of Oak Island.
Oh, sorry, the
Yeah.
Curse of Oak Island. Yeah, Curse of Oak Island. And somehow or another, it stopped during the COVID time, so I've been out of it. So that's why I had to ask Jason what's going on there. So you mean they're back to filming now, Jason?
Sorry, what? Who? Where?
No, so they're back to the filming of the Curse of Oak Island. So I guess I'll be
Yeah,
getting some
they
more.
would. Well, there was a season last year during COVID.
Oh, okay. I'll be going to check out and see whether
Yeah,
I can get it on this side. Yeah,
You need to get the download in that bad boy.
yeah.
I'm waving,
All right.
Mr. K. No one can see me, but I'm waving.
Okay. Let's get back to the football instead of looking for lost treasure.
Actually, it's
Poor
a very
Ross is in
good,
the house as well.
it's a good
Good afternoon.
season, so you definitely
Yeah.
should find it.
Guys,
Yeah.
is anyone feeling like I am feeling? A certain degree of excitement regarding this season, what we've seen so far, because we can
After
only
you,
go on what
Jake.
we've seen.
Based on what I've seen so far, absolutely not. I need to see a lot more before I get excited. What I've seen so far has at least made me feel excited to watch my team play again. As to whether I'm excited about what's going, I mean, look. As far as I'm concerned, we're a team in transition. So if you're expecting anything other than a team in transition, I personally think you're deluding yourself a little bit. But that's just me. Maybe I'm a jaded Tottenham fan. I don't know. Go, Brian. What do you think?
Okay, so I'm a little bit like Jason, but from what I saw Sunday filled me with a lot more optimism. Because what we did get to see is under Mourinho, we had pretty much the same team where our strength was attacking, but he had to say, no, we have to defend. So it looks like we were playing with blooming anchors on our ankles. Sunday, we played to our strengths. And when we went 1-0 up, this is the big thing. We didn't sit on our laurels and say, okay, defend.
Mm-hmm.
We carried on going. And you could see in that team, and I've literally just finished watching Ali Gold's video. The team apparently are so happy with Nuno. There's a bond together being formed again, and they all work their socks off for each other. So with that, I'm excited with the fitness levels which he put on, or the team showed, with Nuno only having them for like 40 odd days. He's incredible. So the fitness levels and other things, it's given me a more optimism. Like, we could go and lose to Wolves on Sunday, and then it's like, oh, here we go, what the fuck? Oh, that didn't take me long to swear, did it? So it could be like, what the hell?
It's too late now, Brian. You've already sworn.
Yeah, I know. There's no rewind. If I had a quick rewind on myself.
No. It's past 10 minutes, so don't worry about that too much. And Ellie, that's my daughter. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Mrs. Sits behind there. She's got the big couch. I've got the little chair next to the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
But,
One thing I will say from the super chat that came in about great question about Tanganga.
that's all.
I don't want Tanganga anywhere near the team on Thursday. This is a guy who has struggled with injuries.
Yeah.
Going to Portugal on a God knows what pitch, he has to be in our first team plans. And for our first team to do well, the first team players need to rest during these fixtures. So Tanganga, nowhere near the pitch. I don't even want to get him on the plane. Why waste your time putting him on the plane?
For a free trip.
Oh yeah,
But Brian,
trip to
yeah.
Yep.
You nearly swore again there, didn't you, Brian?
I'm
think
going to ask you a question. Do you think Harry Kane is going to be in the B team now?
I couldn't give a flying if he was in the
Stop
Z
it.
team.
Stop
I
it.
am
Now
so
listen.
bored of this story.
Yeah, allow it. Let's move on.
I'm just no honestly. All I will say is I'm bored of it. If he's trying, I will play him in Portugal just to show him. Do you know what? You're not bigger than the club. You're trying to be stupid, mate. Now go and play. You're going to have to earn it. Go and play
Enough.
and show your team that you mean business.
Okay,
That should be a punishment. And do you know what? Again, what Ali said and what we've all been saying, Kane should be thinking, well, wait a minute. If Man City really wanted me and have told me they're coming to get me, why has there not been one serious bid? Not one.
You know what? That's a mystery and a half. Let's go into this one over here by Reload saying that Dyer and Sanchez played good for us once. So we need to take the chance to sell them quickly before they turn back into clowns. No, I think this solves last year's conundrum of us saying which one of these two should we sell. You know what? Let's sell them as a bundle.
Mr. K, I'll be honest with you.
Buy one, get one free.
I'll be honest with you, and I am not by any means saying neither of them are the finished article.
Yeah.
And I could be proven wrong on this, but I think as the season goes on, whichever one gets to play, if we don't get another centre back in, I think you're going to... And look, Mourinho has done great things, but I think he's done out here. I think you're going to see the difference between a coach that's suited to our team and our players and a coach that's an arrogant arsehole.
Yeah. I think we had that discussion midway through last season. And now we're actually seeing the fruits of that particular argument. So, touche.
One thing I will say on that question is Dyer, if he goes, he goes. I'm not bothered. Sanchez, I've always thought there's a player there. You saw in his first season with Vertonghen and Alderweireld how good he was. And he had a leader and someone following him. Well, let's face it, all four of us could do well with Vertonghen and Alderweireld alongside us. But I always thought somehow that if Sanchez can find the right player, his pace and his power, there is a player there. And forget the Arsenal game. He was great. It was a friendly. The Man City game, he was outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. And look, I've come to the kind of thing that, you know what? He played well under Poch, and Poch was an arm around your shoulder manager.
Yeah.
Mourinho came in, and the first thing he said on the documentary was, do you know what? I told all the Man U players in the Europa Cup final to gang up on you because you're the weakest. I mean, I don't know what message that sends out. But now he's back with a manager that seems to be a more put your arm around your shoulder. If Davinson stays, I'll be happy. Don't get me wrong. We know he's got a mistake. Every defender has a mistake. His have been very frequent. I mean, if you think about his last game against Man City, where he did the Del Boy through a bar and just literally just face planted, it was complete night and day against Man City this season. And that tackle in the 90th minute on Kevin De Bruyne in the centre circle spoke volumes for me.
It
Nice
did.
And I think there's a player there.
Tackle. Nice tackle there.
Yeah, but I also think the way we're setting up as a team helps them out tremendously, because we're not just sitting back and letting people come at us and come at us and come at us and come at us and come at us.
Yep.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we're not. We're kind of going at them a bit and trying to like intercept the plays. I just it's a system that suits the players we've got.
Well, you know, we talked about sometimes the 12th player being us, the fans. Okay. Sometimes the 12th player can be the management or the brass sitting on the side. And we've seen videos and clips of this guy here, Paratici.
Oh man,
jumping up and down like a nutter. Like as if we were here, as if we were there wearing that suit, being in that position, given that freedom.
Did you see him hugging Højbjerg and like really having an intense chat with him when he come off?
Getting up and jumping up and doing that as well. Like,
how can anyone?
I can do it too. Go on.
How could you know what? Anyone that comes close to Højbjerg, how could you not want to give that man a hug?
Right.
A, give him a hug, and B, cut his skin open to see if he actually is a Terminator, because that guy does not stop.
Oh, did you see him when he was coming off? He was still barking at orders at everyone as he was coming
He's
off.
barking orders at Romero, and he don't even speak English.
No,
I
but
know.
you see him at the beginning when he came out.
Awesome.
Do you see him at the beginning when he's coming out, right? Yeah, with the referee. He's giving the referee something, and Tanganga's behind him going, "My days, what are you really allowed to talk to the referee like that?" He gives it everything. And I think
You know what as
there
well?
is the potential manager and coach.
For Højbjerg, more than any single player on the pitch, I was so happy there were fans in there because no one got to. All right, we had the Arsenal 2000 and the atrocious performance against Villa, but no one got to appreciate Højbjerg or give him the thanks when he was going off. And you know what? Taking him off before full time and just saying, do you know what? Have 4 minutes rest. I was so happy a manager took him off because he plays 90 minutes non-stop and he deserved that standing ovation for everything he did last season.
Correct.
I think the coaching staff we've got right now is not just clever, but they're wise as well.
Mhm.
They're wise enough to have that feeling to say, I'm not going to leave it all out there. They're wise enough to say, bring him in, don't burn him out.
Yeah.
Right? Rather than saying, oh, no, I got no choice but to play him. You know, I'm hoping that the upper management will realize this, see him break down and give me loads of money so I can buy a second one like him. Right? Nuno's not like that. He's protecting the players. He's looking after the players. He's respecting the players. But first of all, he respected the fans by quoting our motto back to us, which someone like Levy has never done for I don't know how many years. So I'm picking up those little things. At the beginning, I like everyone else was going a bit crazy over the Kane issue, but I backed off from that, you know. And since I backed off from it, what I've been seeing so far is really making me happy. That interview that Tanganga did, where he turned around and said the gaffer's made us work hard and sweat and the training, that's identical to what Kane said when Poch first came in on the first game that they won as well. It was identical. I had deja vu. I had goosebumps all over. I am seeing a rebuild that I can believe in, that I'm starting to believe in a new setting, as in like in the new stadium, as in like the new training facilities, as in like the experience of the previous ones that we've already got up to the final of the Champions League, that we got in the previous experience of getting to number 2nd or number 3rd and, you know, competing against. We've got that just recently in our background. So as we do this rebuild again, I think that expectation is going to be that next one above. Nuno, the man. Are we going to hashtag in Nuno we trust? What do you think,
Listen,
guys?
one of the things I must say that Nuno did, and I mentioned it at the Arsenal game, I don't know if he did it against Man City, but I've never ever seen any manager do it before, is half-time in the Arsenal game, the first team came out about 5 minutes before the second half started and started doing warm-ups again. And I was like, I've never, ever seen any manager do that. And I thought, you know what? They've been relaxing their bodies for 15 minutes, which they're obviously entitled to. But to get, like before you do a workout, you need to get the body pumping. You need to get, and who knows if that stopped injuries happening because you're flexing your body after a 15. And I thought just little touches like that are registering with me.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking, do you know what? There's little, it's not the, yes, we beat Man City at home. Yes, we've got that streak. Yes, we beat, but you got to look at the little tweaks and different things you're seeing. We knew fitness was an issue with Jose. We could clearly see at the end of games.
Oh yeah.
Not once during that. So if we go back to the 3 previous Man City Premier League games, the first one when Bergwijn scored on his debut, we were absolutely annihilated by them. They had
we
about
were played off the
5,800
park, dude.
Yeah, they had about 5,800 shots on target, missed a couple, missed a penalty. And I was like, oh my God, that was lucky. Then when we beat them 2-0 last season, when Lo Celso and Son scored, yes, they had a lot of the possession, but I wasn't so worried because we were set in this low block thing. So I was kind of like, okay, they're all over us, but I can't see us conceding. Whereas this time, I had absolutely no nerves, no nothing, we went 1-0 up, and you could see in the fitness, I was like, okay, we'll either score or we'll ride this out. And that's something we haven't had for a long time.
True.
Guys, you know, Ellie's been in the game. She knows physical training and so forth.
Yeah.
She's saying that basically Nuno has given our players newfound confidence. That was clear versus Manchester. She's talking to Richie there. He instilled and drilled into our players that you work hard off the ball, you reap the rewards. Right?
True.
So hard off the ball. So this is one of those things where you have a plan in your mind. You got physical training to back you up with drills to handle a situation called you don't have the ball. Normally, when the ball goes on the other side, our team goes jelly inside. You know, but here is something they can fall back upon, and they showed it against one of the teams, which will, if they find a little sliver of space, they will go right through you. We can turn around and say the Man City team wasn't like maybe the top cranking Man City team, but regardless, it's still a quality Man City team, and we held them out. That only comes through training, drilled, commitment, confidence.
Yeah, but 100%. But also the system, the way we was letting them come forward, but then pressing them and being compact in the middle and not letting them just play through us. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's like you
it
turn
all
your back,
helps.
you let them go, and then you charge them again. That's crazy.
Well, you know what? It's as well. No one can. I mean, he had a great performance, but no one can underestimate how pivotal Ollie Skip was in this victory, because it wasn't just Højbjerg doing two people's jobs. There was another person there to help Højbjerg, to help the two centre backs, to allow the wing backs. And the thing I love about Ollie Skip, now I'm going to compare him to a forward we have, but only because of his footballing brain and the way he reads the game. Teddy Sheringham. I've been at games where you can't see it on camera, but I've been watching a game in my season ticket, and Teddy Sheringham has screamed, "Give me the ball," because he's seen something. And then within 3 passes, it's a goal. And it's like, how the hell did it? Ollie Skip, if you have a look at it, all right, he had that bad challenge on Grealish, nerves at the beginning, but he weren't running to the ball. The ball was always where he was. And he was dispossessed. He can see things and read things, and it allows Højbjerg to go forward or Skip. I mean, I think these two are going to be pivotal, because it's that extra buffer for the defence. It allows one of them to go back and forward. Højbjerg just always had to stay back last season because we were in such a mess. I think Ollie
Skip's got the energy. He's got all that bursting energy, and I think
he's going to be huge.
He's got the brain as well. Well, it's no coincidence Norwich wanted him back.
Oh, of course.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
Guys, I want to make an announcement to you guys and also to the viewers. There's a gentleman, there's a lady that comes into our chat quite often. This lovely lady over here. We call her Ellie fondly. And apparently she has a new channel, which is
amazing.
Out,
yeah,
right?
Big
and
up
this
to Ellie.
channel, she's given it a description over there. Guys, can you give out a shout out to the pending channel? Big shout out to Ellie, Lady of the Lane, on the Irish Hotspur channel. So you guys may know the Irish Hotspur channel. If you do, fantastic. If you don't, go to the Irish Hotspur channel, like and subscribe it as much as you can. Support it as best as you can, because it is a cracking channel. And Ellie is going to be hosting a show on there called Ellie, Lady of the Lane. And I, for one, cannot wait. So good luck to you, Ellie. If you need any help, there's so many people that will rush forward to help you.
Let me just pick this lady up a bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, and I do mean everyone, if you want to see someone with an incredible personality, a huge heart, and knows her Tottenham inside out, and is just a wonderful human being that supports every single channel that is there. I could go through all the channels, but she is always there to support, and she is absolutely incredible. So everyone, please follow her, subscribe, everything that woman needs, because she is simply outstanding. And I, for one, will be offering my support and Tottenham on Tour support for anything you need at any time, Aglia, because she is absolutely sensational.
True.
Guys, there's one more announcement I'd like to make. I keep getting this annoying person in the chat, and I personally want to tell him, piss off, Bob. Right, viewers, in case you're wondering what that phrase was all about, it's become the phrase that Bob is starting to kind of get everyone trending on. It's called piss off, and it's like piss off, Bob. It's an endearing term that he's used so far. He has some 9th level chess maneuver that he does when he does these type of things. So I'm just gonna go with it because I know.
Yeah, the chess movement.
No, he thinks like so far ahead. Like it takes me a long time to finally understand what he's saying and agree with him. Normally about 9 months. 9 months normally takes. He told me stuff last year. I'm still trying to catch up on now. So big up Bob. In case viewers you're wondering, if you haven't heard of Bob Spur, Bob Spur TV has a channel. He talks about Spurs in a lot more better way than we probably do. In fact, I know he does it better than us.
Well, I mean, let's not, let's not go overboard.
No, but he is fantastic to look at.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll give you that.
Also, he did this for us as well. Let's have a little look and see if I can get it on my screen.
He is the king of graphics.
Oh, that's what he did. That's what he did over here. Yes, there we go.
I have to say, and I know he's watching now, how this guy doesn't think of starting his own business for doing this, for not just Tottenham people, but for YouTube or anything, because the work he puts in and how incredible they come out is outstanding. The work he puts in for another guy, put every single channel, always there to help, always there to support. One of the greatest men to walk under God's hot sun is Bob Spur.
I'm actually thinking about getting him to make my family Christmas cards for me. So
you know what?
Joke, Bob, it's a joke.
And he did that for me too. My green screen background, right? So
guys,
he definitely is.
Don't forget Ellie, Lady of the Lane. Guys,
Ellie,
moving on.
Ellie, we will all support you, right? Once your channel is up, drop the link and let us know. We will also come and subscribe on your channel and whatever.
It's the Irish Hotspur channel.
No, I think she's having her own channel.
She having her own channel?
Saying. Yeah, she's having her own channel called Ellie of the Lane.
Is she?
I thought that was the name of the show.
Yeah.
I thought that was the name of the show.
No, she's having her own channel. You read it back properly. She's starting her own channel. Yeah.
Listen, over here, you know what it is? I'm a bit slow with this, unfortunately. It's taking me a little while to catch up. And I can't see the comment that tells you that it's a channel.
No, you go back to the original one.
Yes,
when she wanted a big shout out.
Yes,
right?
there you go. There.
Yeah, this one. Can you pending channel? Yeah, her own new pending channel. She's gonna have.
So when it says
but she does say on the Irish Hotspur though. So
it's either a show or it's going to be a sister kind of
it's a show
channel affiliated.
It's like this show. It's on Will Stewart's channel, right?
That's
like
correct.
Show.
Oh, she'll be on the Irish Hotspur.
You know what it
is?
I'll tell you why. It's really, really good to do it this way because when you host the show, you don't have to deal with all of that other stuff about the channel and the tinkering, the tailoring, the thinking about creating content regularly, pushing things all the time. And on top of that, you got a support structure behind you. You got people like, for example, I got Will Stewart, even Cody, and obviously Brian over here. Jason pops in. These all of us, including
you can't
you
win them all.
We were originally just Will Stewart's panelists and commentators.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. Let's move on indeed. All right. So what we got so far? So that's what I think it is. We've got a new person over here, Clement. Skip makes good decisions on the ball.
He does.
He shows maturity beyond his years. And I think that's very, very valuable to see for a player like that in midfield.
And he's still developing. He's only going to get better.
He's still
he's nowhere near his ceiling.
I also think he's Benjamin Button because he looks about 58. So I think he's going to get younger and better. I think if you have a look at him, like Clearasil and everything didn't work for him. So he's literally, you look at him, he looks like he's a 58-year-old man. And I think he's Benjamin Button and he's going to get younger and younger.
He looks how I feel, to be honest.
So we've been practicing this 3 at the back and we've been practicing this 4 at the back. And I remember even under Poch, we had a 3 system at the back sometimes where one of the wing backs, 4 backs would go forward and the other one would, most likely Davis, for example, would come back. And Davis was chosen ahead of Rose because of those reasons in the first place. Unless it was going to be Rose that charged forward, in which case we'd have a right back that would stay back.
Which is why Tanganga works.
Exactly. So we got this lovely boy on the left wing, left back, loves to charge forward. And then we've got Tanganga keeping it quite tight at the back, unless it's necessary for him to run forward. And, he's picking up the smarts to know when to do that. Ellie's thanking you for your kind words, Brian. Absolutely
Let me do
legendary
a
words. And
You're getting a letter in the post.
Paul Russell's also giving a bit of good luck and wishes. I think generally, Ali, you're going to find that you have a lot of support out there, and even Clement over here. You know why I haven't said the first name? Sia Bogna. No, I can't pronounce it. Sorry, but Clement
Bonga. Yeah.
Bonga.
Bonga.
Sia Bonga. Okay, fair enough. I'm probably pronouncing it completely wrong, but I can pronounce the last bit, Clement. Obviously, Adam over here, he's got the gist of it. Where's Adam's comment? There he is. He understands hashtag piss off Bob. Someone had to say it. Thank you very much, Adam. Love that. And Brian, you're doing multiple things at the same time.
Mate, you see, I can try. I can try.
Right. You know what? I like reading Ellie's comments because she doesn't just put a few words in. She actually puts in like a proper sentence that's full of all juicy bits to read. That was so heartwarming, Brian. You all are incredible Spurs fans, so passionate and vocal rants that are intelligently thought out, and you're not bad cooks either. Big up, male chefs. That's you.
Oh no, I'm a terrible chef.
I was going to say because I've never had an intelligent rant in my life, so I'll take the cooking bit.
You take the cook, I'll take the rant. See, we complete each other,
Right.
Jay.
That's right.
And just to
I'll
confirm,
take it.
viewing audience, just to confirm, I know you over here. Ellie's letting us know that she's going to be on the Irish Hotspur channel.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, she will let us know what day that's going to be when she's going to premiere her show. And I
Tuesdays at 11 o'clock.
If it's Tuesday at 11 o'clock,
I'm joking. Jeez.
I might have to stop this show then. Move it to another day. Which if you want to take that slot, Ellie, I'll retreat. Trust me, I'll have to move to Sunday or something. With the incredible David Harris and Jack Koenigke on. That's right, Jack Koenigke. He came out with some tactical analysis today. Was it yesterday? Absolutely spot on. I love the way that channel is developing. Please, if you guys have not gone out there, go and watch the David Harris at the Irish Hotspur channel. Ireland's #1 Spurs fan.
Black Cat Boys.
Contested. Now, I did not type this. Okay.
you sure?
That tells you Will is in the chat.
Yeah,
Will,
Will's in the
good to
chat.
see you. Apparently, he's the king
Will.
and Bob is the queen. Now, obviously, there's probably some banter that's probably right over here. Oh, True Blue Spurs, Bryce.
Yeah.
Morning, lads. Helping my work.
Oh.
Mate, nice to see you.
Aussie,
Good morning.
Aussie thoughts.
I think so.
Yeah,
think so.
yeah,
There
it's
you
Aussie
go.
thoughts there. Yeah.
So you know that, right? Brilliant. It's good to have callers coming from that side of it, right? Bob Spur. I'm going to call it Aaron and Adam can go and piss off graphics. Why is it? Because Aaron came along and said, let's call it pixel off graphics, which I thought was quite clever.
I think pixel off graphics is actually a winner.
Yeah.
No, I think it is definitely a winner. Does Skip have teeth? Is he a horse that you have to buy him and look at his hoofs as well? Anyway,
I'll be honest, I'm not even going to comment on that.
I moved on.
I would.
Love. You all big up all the true Spurs fanatics. We all bleed blue and white, and we feel the burn when we sadly lose, but are truly euphoric when we win, especially versus the Gooner guys. Now, coming back to our team, I'm starting to see positive things. Am I just crazy? But then again, I'm the guy that turns around and says that we're going to beat City 4-1 every time we play them, right?
Mr. K, every score you predict is 4-1, okay?
But we can.
No, I don't. I honestly don't think you're crazy. And despite my pessimism earlier on, I do believe and see positive signs. I'm just trying to not get carried away.
Why not? We've been slapped so hard, so many times over summer and even before summer. We need something to like a blanket to wrap ourselves into.
No, I'm like that dog that's been beat. I'm like that dog that's been beat. I'm just flinching every time the team plays. I'm like, I'm going to get hit again.
Yeah. I reached the level of a Buddhist monk whenever it comes to Spurs, right? Zen all the way.
You know,
there you go. The Irish Hotspur, it's official. The Irish Hotspur is a gateway for other Spurs channels.
So,
gateway drug. It's a gateway for other Spurs channels.
what we've got to look at as well, it's good all being excited, which we can be, whatever. Let's all judge this September the 1st. Then we'll have a true understanding of the tools Nuno's got till Christmas.
That's correct.
And let's see. I mean, the main thing
Brian,
we've
I
got
agree
to
with
do
you.
is there's absolutely still no sign of anyone interested in any of our players. And why? Because the price is too high. Send them out on loan, for God's sake. Do whatever. Get them off the wage bill. Clear up some space. Clear up some funds. And then literally get the players in. This is vital.
I understand, Brian. But my point is this: I understand that the end result is important. Trophies, this, that, and the other. Whether we've done the transfers or not, the end result is important. For me personally, I'm just experiencing the journey right now, and I haven't had a very good journey. I've been quite sick throughout it. There was like a gas leak as well, and then the toilets were all full. You know, all that type of journey. Now, finally, I've had something really great happen.
The toilets are free.
Finally, there's like
Someone's plunged the toilet and it's been flushed.
No, it's got that handle, that shower thing that you can like squirt water out of. It's
Someone
like really
put
handy.
a bottle of Febreze in there, and now you're good to go.
Well, last week we spoke snacks. Now clear toilets. Loving this.
No, look, I'll be honest. If I see that level of passion, organisation, and I see the team trying to do the right thing, that's a project I can get behind.
True.
I'm not saying I want to see us lose, but if I see us lose playing like with passion and organisation, and they're going till the last whistle, I can get behind that team. I can't get behind, let's all sit behind the ball and defend a 1-0 lead that we all know we're not going to defend.
We're not doing that anymore. I mean, I didn't see us.
No,
doing that.
that's right. So I can get behind that.
That was so. I mean, there's little. It's just little things. Because I managed to remove the Kane thing from my brain very early on, because you know I went headlong into it and bang fell backwards. I kind of like, and I was away for 4 weeks before that occurred, so I had 4 weeks of complete break from anything that was happening in Spurs. So when I came back like you know, fresh, this, that, and the fresh as the daisy. Saw what was going on, got tragically in front of it, got steamrolled by all the fans, got peed off, went away, came back and thought, hold on a second, we're missing the bigger picture here. This, you know, we've got a new manager, a new coach. He's there. He's got his staff coming in. He's making changes. And then I saw the play on Sunday where he decided not even to name him in the squad. And I thought, wow, this guy's clever. He's taken all that attention that's focused on him, and he says, nope. Today's day is on the players that are here. Let's see what they will do. And so there's no distraction in your mind. You're not thinking something while you're watching something. That's not there. Now you're just purely watching 100% exactly what is there. And when you did that, you saw something really strange come out. Like Dyer actually doing what he does, and Sanchez doing other things. Tanganga, a new one of our own. Sonny being that man in the front that he was always destined to be when he left Germany. You know, I mean, remember when he was being trained under Poch? Poch didn't make it easy on him one little bit. He said, no, I want you to keep running until you drop. Can you do that? And the boy's done it, you know? So I think to myself, there's a lot of, if you look at Moura, for example, we were waiting for him to find a spot in the team where he'd be able to be more effective than the guy just running around with the ball, you know? Because he'll run into here, there, and everywhere, not do anything much with it. But now there's a lot more clever interchange of passing going on. We're seeing Dele Alli put it in. 11 kilometers of running around in the last game. No goal, no assist, he still ran around. No glory, still ran around. You know, if anyone thought that he had an ego thing that he was trying to puff up, that game proved he didn't have it.
No, it doesn't.
So we can all go up.
No, it doesn't. Not to me. It's one game. It's
Just
one game. Dele Alli, with him for 3 years, it's been one good game, maybe two good games, maybe three, and then back to normal. Dele Alli had a lot. Don't get me wrong. In the second half, he was incredible. Absolutely incredible. His work rate, his commitment, his effort, his application was fantastic. Not his position, so I give him double for what he did. It's one game. If we're
One
talking
game.
like that come October, November, and he's done this consistently, then I'll say, do you know what? That's Delhi, but I will still be infuriated with him for where he's been for 3 years. So
See-
one game does not do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's a
but
start.
I think. Go on, Jason.
It is.
you were saying.
It is a start. I definitely do agree with Brian. One of the things I hate about Delhi, and it's a minor thing, it's like when he doesn't get that pass he thinks he should have got, the way he kind of pulls up and almost has like a strop, you know what I mean? And then you almost just see him like walk back and things like that. I wasn't seeing that. So I'll take those positives, you know what I mean? He was definitely invested, but I do agree with Brian.
You know,
He's
the
got
one
to
thing
do
you
that
did,
week
TJ?
in, week out.
Did you? The one thing I did, TJ, I don't know if a lot of people see it, and I've been banging on about it, but in the 90th minute before Davinson Sanchez made that brilliant tackle, did you see that flying two-footed lunge he made?
No.
So if you go back and watch the game, just before Davinson, so we're in the far right-hand side attacking the goal, and Reguilon or whoever loses possession, and we start running up, and Delhi was in the mix to try to get that ball and maybe a free kick. Delhi runs, and just before the ball goes to Kevin De Bruyne, Dele Alli does a two-footed lunge, which was quite frankly disgusting and would have been a red card immediately if it made contact. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Dele Alli, has shown a bit of grit and given it a bit of attitude, but not a two-footed lunge from behind in the 90th minute when we're on the attack. That was disgusting. That was disgusting. In fact, Jay, I'll find the clip and send it to you.
Do so, mate. I haven't seen that. I'd have to actually have a look. But if
I'll
that's
send
the
it to you.
case, it's like, you need a bit more control than that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's got that
Like,
temperament.
don't get me wrong. Like, clip his heels and foul him if
Foul
that's
him.
what you
Yeah,
got to
exactly.
do. But like, have some control.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with you, Bob. Brian, just
Oh.
called you Bob. Jesus.
Ah, you're calling
Sorry.
me by my brother's name. I've been called worse,
Yeah.
trust me.
Not by
Bob,
me, mate. Not by me.
Thank you, sir.
Bob said he had a dodgy kebab, so definitely Bob is in the air. But look, I am I just like that where I'm easy to please or something? But I mean, I don't know.
You're getting what you're getting from it, mate, and that's as valid as anything.
Look, I tell you the truth. Once I switched off that side that was happening on the side that I didn't know the truth one way or the other, and just looked with what I could see, what I saw was a lot of good signs. And you know, I'm not a spring chicken where I can't recognize certain patterns that have happened before that go on to become successful. I'm seeing those patterns right now. You know,
You know it is the case. You've got every right to enjoy it. I'm enjoying it. And this is, as you've seen, a lot of people have been saying recently, I've been quite mellow. And I haven't gone... I got triggered a couple of times yesterday on Bob Spur's channel, but I was kind of mellow. But this is, as long as the parasite stays away from the football and allows the football people to do the football things, I'm cool. I'm calm-ish and can talk my football and enjoy it just like you are. But it's when that parasite gets involved. I mean, I don't know if you've all seen, it was on Sky Sports today, that we're back in and it's a registered interest for Kurt Zuma. And I'm like, here we go. So we're registered for all these top players, and then all of a sudden we're going for sloppy seconds at Chelsea again. And it's just like, that's the kind of things that annoys me.
Okay. I need to address this right now, but just in case people out there in the viewing audience get slightly confused as to what I think and what I believe. Those two are irrelevant. What I do know is that a gentleman called Levy, right? He's been exploiting our club, and he's been exploiting the fans. When you look at the details of the money flow, you see everything. When you start to look into the media, you get confused. You get so confused, you get brainwashed, you don't even know if you're looking forward or backwards. Okay? So, do I need to give any credit to Levy? No, I'm thinking. I'm not. I'm actually thinking right now. Because, you know, I used to be quite fair to Levy in the past. Honestly, I used to be. It was just that I didn't know certain things. I didn't look at certain transfer details. I didn't know that we were 14th or 18th in the Premier League when it comes to actual net spending. I mean, that shows you our ambition of the club. I didn't know that the loan that was taken for the stadium was a totally separate cost from got nothing to do with transfers and players and playing fees and all the rest of it. It's a totally self-contained debt based upon what it grows. Okay. I didn't know that when I look at the pattern of transfers, I see a repetitive pattern where Levy hasn't shown the ambition to care whether we have
You
success.
made me
on
want
the
to have a
pitch.
cigarette. Let me just turn my camera off. I'm still
Have a
here.
cigarette for a bit. But look, I tell you the truth. You know, Eva man, I don't know if you're talking about Levy, but give him a chance. Maybe you're talking about something else, but should I give Levy a
Delhi.
chance?
I think she's talking about Delhi.
I know
Yeah.
she's talking about Delhi. I'm
Yeah,
just using the
everybody's talking
moment,
about Delhi.
right?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that it's reasonable for someone to say to me, look at what's happening with our club. We've got a brand new stadium. We've got our finances in lockdown. We've got amazing training facilities. We've now got a new manager. We can still hear you, by the way. We've got this new director of football who didn't come from a Mickey Mouse club. He came from a very successful club and a very high honored position for him to be in. We did have doubts. We said, you know what, he's going to come in and he's going to be like underneath next man's thumb. He can't do anything. But so far, he's brought us a goalkeeper in good time. And this goalkeeper certainly has got, kahunas. And, before you were saying that our team lacked certain kahunas. Well, we've got a goalkeeper that's got it. We've now brought in a defender. What type of defender? Is he from a Mickey Mouse team? Is he like never done anything in his life? Is this the big opportunity he's been waiting for in his life? Sorry, what is he? What the best defender from Italy
Syria.
from Serie A from the last season? The best? Wow. In the Italian league for the defenders, known to be defenders. So he's done that. So should I give him a chance? Dele Alli, if I'm willing to give Dele Alli a chance, should I give Levy a chance? And the answer is no. Flatly no. Where's our bloody striker? You work this guy that we currently had like a mule. You work him into the ground. You get your little minions to go out and start rubbishing his name. And then he doesn't turn up on Monday, and all of a sudden your minions have now suddenly got strength and kahunas, and now everyone has to agree with them because everyone else has heard about the situation. You can't fool me, Levy. You can't fool me one bit. And fair enough, the fans out there, my fellow fans and so forth, I know why you're feeling what you're feeling. You can't have a choice. This is a reflex that you cannot control. If you don't like Kane for whatever reason you think you don't like him, guess what? It's your intelligence which is being insulted. It's your heartstrings which are being pulled. Loyalty card.
I'll tell you what.
I'll be on. I'm sorry, Brian. No,
you go first, Jay.
I'm with you to a point, Mr. K. But where I am No, you're fine. But where I take offence with Kane isn't that he didn't turn up to training, although that's fucking bullshit, by the way. Where I took offence was the interview that he did without any notice of the club. By the way, the club didn't know that interview happened and was being aired. They then got aired before the end of the season and most definitely impacted our performances, therefore where we finished at the end of the season. That I put on Kane, and that offended me a lot.
I think you're absolutely 100% right. Like I said, I understand.
I don't care how he got there, he shouldn't have done that.
Exactly. At the beginning, I didn't understand why the fans were kind of being like this. Then that was on the Monday and the Tuesday. And me and Bob, we had a massive row on Tommy's channel on Tuesday. And then come the Wednesday, I spoke to quite a few fans, including yourself. And I began to understand where the pain and the hurt was. And fair enough, Levy can do whatever he does. At the end of the day, Kane is a grown-ass man. He should understand how the fans feel. He can put a tweet out at any given moment. He can tell his cousin's cousin to say something. He can tell his dad. He can tell. It's something that could have been done immediately. That would have told us, reassured us, if what is being stated is true. And
Right,
we
but
all
I
know
think-
it's rubbish. He wanted to leave. He didn't turn up for training. The club is covering it.
Right,
So-
and again, I don't care about that. He can do what he wants to do. It was that interview that offended
talking
me.
about last
Sorry,
season.
Brian. Good.
So,
Yeah.
I'm
Go
just
on,
to speak about Kane and then Paratici. But the thing that annoyed me with Kane was even before what Jay said, because he came out a few weeks before the Villa game and said, I'm not mentioning anything about my future until after the Euros. And then lo and behold, before the Aston Villa game, this all broke. So that was badly managed. So that was the start of everything. But what I want to say about when you were talking about Paratici was, again, I don't know if any of you have seen Alistair Gold's video today, but what's up, Cody, brother? But he actually said something that actually made me think how smart Paratici's been, because everyone was going mad about these 10 players that he's linked with every time and whatever. But Alistair Gold was right. Going into these 2 weeks where you need to get deals done quick, he's kind of down the line on a lot of these transfers. Some of the work's been done. So it's not like if you're in a rush, oh, let's start negotiations for this player, we need to get this done, that done, this done. With these players, whoever they may be in whatever position, some of these negotiations are already well underway. So when we do decide to pounce in this crazy 2 weeks, the groundwork and the scaffolding and the foundations have already been laid.
Yeah.
So what we thought was a crazy, why are you going for 10 players? It could ruin, it doesn't make you feel like, and I was with Hotspur when we said, I didn't like it because it doesn't make that person feel special. It's like, oh, you're picking me, I'm 1 out of 10. This in the long run could have a huge, like there could be, let's just say Milenkovic, for example. It could be this goes down to the window and a new team could come in the 11th hour, but Tottenham are already like 5 steps ahead of you. So I think it could be an absolute miracle or absolutely brilliant, smart way to get transfers done.
Listen, you know what? I'm starting to appreciate Paratici's way of getting transfers done. Look, everyone's going to have some degrees of satisfaction with what's going on and degrees of dissatisfaction with what's going on. And when you do think about the point that Jason made about last season, oh, by the way, everyone looking, can you please like and subscribe? I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Sorry, Jason.
No, you're good.
But no, I get your point that the timing of the release of that video, that interview, kind of probably made the rest of the squad thinking, what the heck's going on? Like, he's leaving now, isn't he?
Oh, it definitely
And
impacted
you're just
that
about to
game.
come up. You're just about to come up towards the last run of whatever it is, how many games or whatever matches coming up, and that togetherness that the squad should be feeling never got there. It never had the opportunity to become there. Jose wasn't that type of manager that was going to be able to get everyone get together, kumbaya. Yeah, it wasn't going to happen. Nuno has effectively managed to do that with the squad that he is playing, that he has got training.
Yep.
And he's given very legitimate reasons as to what he's doing with other players that are not currently playing. And the media haven't got on his back. The fans haven't got on his back. He's kept his word about showing the fans what the players will do on the pitch, which is to give it all for the badge. The motto to dare is to do. We took the game to City. We really genuinely did. We didn't give in to them in any way. We didn't capitulate in any way. And we showed our mettle. We went in there. We didn't pussyfoot around. We went in there with, like, the kick here and there.
If they wanted an inch, they had to take it.
That's right.
They weren't giving it to them.
That's right. They had to take it. They
That's
had to
right.
pull off something amazing to get the goal. They had to do something. And what the game that we saw against Chelsea, even if that team did score that wonderful goal, we had the ability to scrap one back or fast lightning attack one back. The things that we did last season, those fast lightning, from low block straight into a counter attack, fast and going straight at them and scoring goals. We perfected that. We became the best team at doing that. Leicester used to be quite good at that. They won a whole championship with that. So I think to myself, what I see is something. I'm willing to let go of everything else. I'm willing to focus just purely on the good players that are out there that are putting in a good shift, the good management that's in there right now that really cares about the fans and wants our team to win. The same old stories, they're just going to rumble onto the side. And to tell you the truth, it's like every one of us is sick and tired of it. Trust me. Cody,
Yeah.
welcome to the show.
Hi,
Thank
Cody.
you. Hi, guys.
Oh,
Have
Cody.
you come to talk to Kay?
I'm always up for a little special K.
Well, you know, I think I should move this window further away from me. I wonder if I can reach you across.
Here, how's that? We'll move you down.
Oh,
We'll
that's
move you
sweet.
down.
Oh, that's better. How do you do that? I have no idea how you're doing that stuff.
Oh,
Now you can flip it around.
magic.
Okay.
Magic.
Well, believe it or not, Bob just spotted you that you're there now because you were so silent throughout that time. It looked like you're just a still picture. But welcome to the show, Cody. Is there any type of non-Kane stories that you would like to, throw onto the table today? Non-Kane.
I don't know. It feels like at this point, oh man, we're
Positive.
it's
Have you
just-
got anything jolly in your heart,
I tell you what,
Mr. Ash out of the wind and swear at it?
I am looking forward with anticipation at the end of the transfer window, because to me, that is the only thing that's going to settle all of the arguments, all of the debate, all of the speculation. Is just the fact the window will close and we'll be sat there.
What
and we'll
debate?
We'll know
Cody,
that
I don't understand.
Yeah,
we beat City.
Yeah.
We got Tangangsta.
I
We got
know.
Sonny scoring in a 30-yarder.
Yeah.
Right. We got City.
look-
we got Dreadlock Man in the middle of the field doing 11 kilometers and dating next goal. I think
Look,
I think they knew the game was gonna come.
We've got Rude Vandelli on the ball.
It was.
So
It was an
you know the
impressive
other
victory.
thing. The other thing with this 11 kilometers is you got to remember. Yes, it's fantastic, but if you remember at the very, very end of Christian Eriksen's time at Spurs, he ran the furthest and he did absolutely sod all. He did absolutely sod all,
You ain't
but
wrong.
did the most running around the pitch. So yes, but don't get me wrong. For Deli's type
Was
of
he
player, the
dating
work he
Pep's
put in.
daughter, though? Was
Listen.
he dating Pep's daughter? No, he wasn't.
No, that's
Did he have
neither here nor
dreadlocks?
there. That's neither here nor there. He'll start tapping his cap for signs what he's doing with his daughter soon in his car. Who gives them money? You got to look. That's what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. Watching him with Cody, and it was Cody that even said to me, "Do you know what? Dele Alli has been superb." And it was Dele that. It was Dele that made me think Cody's been superb. I know Cody's superb. So it was Cody that pointed that out, and it made me wonder, and it made me realise. Sorry, but Eriksen did the same when he did nothing. So you have to remember, not all the stats, like we say, the stats can be misleading. That is one, but don't get me wrong. I'm not taking that away from Dele Alli's performance, which was fantastic. But that's exactly what Christian Eriksen did. He ran around doing nothing, trying to play Where's Wally, as I called him, because he went missing in the big games. And yeah, so like I said, great performance from Dele, but he's got to do that consistently to change my mind.
Yeah, Will and I were talking a little bit about Dele this afternoon, and I think we have to almost look at Dele as a completely different player. You know, if we're always looking at Dele Alli through the lens of 2016, 2017 Dele Alli, I don't know if we're ever going to get that version of that player back. But if we can get a committed, fit, hard-working version of Dele Alli that can bring things on the defensive side of the game that he may not have brought 4 or 5 years ago, then he can be of good value. It'll be curious to see. Let's say, well, I don't want to talk too much about Harry Kane, but who is the first player who's going to get dropped from that starting 11 if we let's say if we add a player who could improve the starting 11, whether that be by keeping Harry Kane or by acquiring another player. Who's the player that started on Sunday that gets dropped?
I'll start. I'll be honest. I'd drop any of them if we got a genuine upgrade. That's just how it. I don't care who you are. If we buy a player that's better than you in your position, drop them. Because it isn't about the player; it's about the team.
But Jason,
I've got no loyalty in that respect. I don't care who you are.
But isn't that in the end Nuno's choice, right?
100%.
Nuno will pick who has to play, like what he's done with Kane and what he's done with Ndombele, and he knows who are the players who will put it out for him now. And especially the team that we had on Sunday, that was more or less the starting of what we hope to see, that it will develop and be consistent and move the whole squad forward, right? Not relying just on the 3-4 players that we did last season, right? Now we have actually a squad to pick from. And like I said,
I think our depth's a bit light, if I'm being honest with you. But
Jason,
we have in my opinion, we have a team.
Jason,
yes, we need the team.
Let's say
The squad's a bit light, if you ask me.
let's say we retain Harry Kane. Who do you drop for Harry Kane?
Who do you drop? If it was me, I'd probably drop Bergwijn and move Sonny. No, I'd drop Bergwijn and move Sonny over into Bergwijn's position. If it was me, because I wouldn't drop Mora, not the way he's playing. Hell no.
I'm kind of curious what would happen if we played Harry Kane behind Heung-min Son and took Dele out of that starting 11 and still had that front three of Lucas, Son, and Bergwijn still having that dynamism on the press and on the counterattack and the transition, and having Harry Kane as almost like a link-up man who can also jump in as that fourth attacker and almost play poacher. Because Harry Kane is not his strength isn't really on the press anymore, is it?
No. I think that would be absolutely scary, but I don't know how good he's going to be on the running back and the tackling back for a 90-minute game. Like, going forward, without a doubt, you're going to scare the living bejeebers out of people. But
in my honest opinion, I wouldn't even bring him in to begin with. I would literally, how could the team that played so well against Man City, and they did, every single player, including Bergwijn, Harry Kane, with what he's done, you're going to have to earn your spot back. No, it doesn't matter how good you are. If you come off the bench in a game and you score a few goals, okay, you're with us. Then you start thinking about it. You can't. When this team has done what they've done, you need continuity to build that team up and keep the regular team and the winning spirit going. And you replace someone when they deserve to be replaced, or haven't been performing, or injured, or suspended. And after Harry Kane has done what he's done, and after we've rushed him back because he wants to be in finals, and we wanted him, even though we shouldn't have played him, especially in the Champions League, you're going to have to learn that you can't pull stuff like this and then you just get accepted and get your place back.
What would that do for team spirit? Yeah,
exactly. Don't rock the boat. This team that we all saw, no matter where in the world people saw it, 1 to 11 played for each other and did everything they could to support the team. And then what? You just dropped someone because Golden Boy, who's not so golden right now, still love him to bits and is the best striker in the world. But what kind of message does that send to someone to say, do you know what? You can throw your toys out of the pram, disrespect the club, disrespect us, put us in a situation. Oh, you're fit, in you go. No, you earn your spot.
Brian, would you start him in the Conference League?
Yeah, well, yes. I said this before. Hell yeah, give him some punishment.
I would.
Yeah.
Send him out.
Guys, let me ask you a question, right? Yeah, are we responding in an emotional way?
No.
To something
that's
that we should be dealing with in a professional way.
No, that's a rational train of thought. Brian just said that.
I mean, I'm looking at it. I'm looking from the point of... No, I'm looking at it from the...
No, Brian, you're being rational, Brian.
Jesus, what the hell is happening?
What's wrong with you, Brian?
Guys,
but by the end of the day, like I've been saying...
Look, what I'm saying is that the way Nuno is training the players to get to a certain performance level, he has to get them going through a training system that he's put together. Those players, if they go through that training system, they graduate on the other side, they get to play. Okay? That's a system. He cannot have a fast-track system for Kane because every player has to respect the decisions the manager makes, and they have to respect that everyone's got a chance. If you work hard on your training and you show it on the pitch, you will get picked again. Right? So they've tasted that. They did it in the preseason. Now they've done the first game. They've tasted it and they've got success from it. Now they're believing in the manager, saying that his formula is working. As professionals, once you got that sense of belief, then you're willing to run through brick walls for him now. But if you see someone getting like fast tracked around them, it doesn't do well for morale. Okay, so you got
I
two
agree.
things. One is the fitness level. Kane has to go through that fitness regime to get to the other side. When he gets there, tick, he should be on the bench. And then when he's put across onto the pitch, that's when you find out what the relationship really is. Ellie, here's some lolly for the jollies.
Big up, Ellie. Big up.
Listen, Harry
Thank you very
Kane, you
much.
live
Honestly,
by the
really
sword, you
appreciate
die by the sword. Simple.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, like I said, to deal with it in a rational way, in terms of taking the emotion out of it, you say he's an asset until he's no longer an asset. We got to use him in the right way. We can't just flog him like a horse. Okay?
Well, I'll tell
You
you
can't
what.
treat him as a human being worse because he's non-attendance or whatever. At the end of the day, he's there now. So let's get him going and let's move him out of the way when he goes. Because Sonny has signed a contract. Sonny has turned up. Sonny has gone through the training. And Sonny has proved it on the pitch.
I'll tell you what,
Right?
Mr. K. We'll soon see who's running that team. If Nuno
Yes.
doesn't, if Nuno doesn't play him, you know it's Nuno. If he does, you know it's Levy.
Oh, I don't know about
Well,
that. I don't know about that. I really don't.
No,
I don't
No,
think
because I
I
don't
think Nuno
know.
won't let him.
I don't know if Levy would just. I don't know if
Meddle into
Levy would exercise that kind of power over Nuno at this point, at this early stage. But you know what? Can I talk to Kay for a sec? Can I talk to Kay?
yeah.
I want to know from Mr. K. Let's say hypothetically, Harry Kane stays at Tottenham Hotspur. What does reconciliation look like for Harry Kane? What does it include? Is it simply a matter of hard work and product on the pitch? Does it involve some kind of public statement? Does it involve an interview? Obviously, there'll be things that happen behind closed doors amongst teammates. But if you knew, if you could hypothesize exactly what that would look like, what would that look like to you?
Well, there's the problem with that. There's two ways of doing with it. One is called appeasement. The other is called a response. If you want a response, you turn around and say, listen, I haven't done nothing wrong. Why do I have to apologize for? Why do I need to do anything for you guys? You guys are the ones that got confused, not me. Then appeasement on side is basically saying, yes, you did something wrong. You tried to play a game. Everyone guessed what it was. You got caught out with it. You made all the fans look like mugs for having supported you for so long. So now all of a sudden, what are you going to do about it? You have to own up to it. Okay? So you got two scenarios. Whichever one is true, you have to follow suit with it. If the scenario, the first one right here, is that basically you haven't done anything wrong, then your agent should turn around to you and say, listen, man, for your PR right here, you better just turn around and word it the way Levy worded his ESL answer. Right? But if it's a case of like he knows he's done it wrong and he cares about the team and he has to do it, then I will genuinely tell you that he is the type of guy that will come forward and say, listen, I'm sorry. He will apologize to the fans. Okay? That's the type of character he is. Why should he be afraid of not apologizing? Okay? So I think he will, because he genuinely loves the fans. He is a fan himself. But like I said, it's those two scenarios. How do we know that we're not all completely wrong? And this guy came from a red-listed country by going on holiday, and therefore he had no choice but to come back when he came back, and he had no choice but then to go into isolation after that. He had no choice. So but the question here is that as intelligent people, we say, why the heck didn't you tweet something on the Monday? Don't worry, boys. I'm coming to training. Why would you think I missed it? Why would you think I'd miss it? That's all you had to do on Monday.
Well, that's the
Well,
problem,
those
isn't
would
it?
like. I'm sorry, but in this case,
Sky News.
It's one
Sky
thing.
News is right there.
You can go ahead
you're
and
not
you
there.
can say that, oh, it's the media and everything like that, but I don't.
No.
buy
What
it.
I'm saying, hello, no. What I'm saying is, you got two scenarios. If you try to come out with the fact that it's that scenario of the red listed country and all that shit, you can just turn around and break it with a simple statement. Why the hell didn't you tweet something on a Monday when you saw everyone going for your blood? Why do you have to come out with something 4 days later saying you're disappointed? So I'm with the fans on this crap that's happened. He needs to turn up to the fans and own up. If there's going to be reconciliation, he has to own up. He may not win all the fans back. That's fine. But you yourself as a person, you have to live and move forward. You can't be holding these skeletons in your closet forever. So this is what I believe that he should do. What he really does, maybe somewhere between halfway there and halfway there, which doesn't satisfy nobody. Do you understand?
He's
He may
gonna-
come out with some.
But
I think we can all
Yeah.
agree that he's going to be asked some very difficult questions in the media when he's finally exposed to that type of situation. So it will be very fascinating to see exactly how he handles it. Because
I'd rather he spit it out. I'd rather he
well,
spat
the
it
thing
out
is-
and pull the truth.
no, but
up until
I,
this point, basically, it's been hands up. I haven't done anything wrong. This is misunderstanding, but I don't think anybody's been buying it. So yeah, we just don't know. We don't know what's really happening. Really,
Yeah.
that's the
No,
long,
but
that's the long and short of it.
but I feel right. He won't say anything now until the transfer window ends. You see, because if he says something now, right,
Whoa.
that means he will more or less says that he's leaving. He's giving the signal that he's
I don't
leaving
know.
or he's staying, right? But the thing is that when the end of the window comes, I'm sure he's going to come out and own up and apologize to the fans and you know, do all the things that he has to do, right? But at this moment now, this next 12 days or so, or 13 days or so, I'll still say he'll be keeping quiet. And I think if I'm not mistaken, the club has already given.
I think
the
it's
club-
like, look,
the club has already given MCT a time limit to make that bid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that's it.
well, you need to stop and read out the diamond again.
Yes, I know.
Ugly
I'm going to do that now.
Incredible,
Thank you.
incredible.
Brian, can you do it?
Oh,
Can I leave it
yeah,
to you, Brian?
Yeah.
you deserve
All
this,
yours.
guys. I've enjoyed your show and calling out Levy in particular as he has stamped on our to dare to do, as it was Oda Esfasa. And not only has he been banished, not only has he banished that, he hasn't dared to do. He just don't care about us fans.
Yeah.
Bang on
This
the money.
manager-
Once again, go to Agalia
Bang
to
on the
watch
money.
her show because she is on the money.
Always. Look, this is what I like, Nuno. The first interview he did, he spoke about to dare is to do. Like, he could have spoken about 1,000 things about Tottenham, trophy cases, or this manager emulating, so forth, but Nicholson and so forth. But he decides, no, I'm going to concentrate on your motto. He's intelligent. He's intelligent. You guys deserve it.
No,
Look,
I-
you know
no,
what it is,
no,
Ellie,
no,
I
no,
really appreciate
no.
this. You know these super chats. You know, there's two things I said to people today I don't really care about too much. One is talking about Kane, the other is about super chats. And guess what? We're talking about Kane and we got super chats. Listen, I do appreciate it out there. Listen,
Yeah, we appreciate
all the
it, yeah.
viewers out there. Your likes, your subscriptions, even that bell, the notification thing that you do, all of these things are registered by YouTube, including your comments and the interaction between your comments to each other as well. And what this does is it allows this channel to get put in front of people out there who would be interested in it, but they haven't come across it before. People like yourself. That's really what the likes and the subscriptions and the interaction, the comments do. Myself personally, and Eugene over here as well, and to a certain degree, Cody, because he's in every stream that I've ever seen, we care about what you guys want.
Yeah.
We care about what you guys write in the comments. We care if you can make that jump from viewer to commentator, where you're commenting. And we care if you can make that jump from commentating to being over here with us. So we can hear your difference of opinion. We can get your take on something. You may have an understanding of an issue that we're facing, and you may see it more clearly than us. Come here, help us, make us understand, and therefore help the other viewers who are watching too. That's what this show is all about. Talk to
The
Kay,
emotion.
Three Wise Men. There's been the same theme throughout. I want to educate myself. I want to educate you. I want to enlighten myself, and I want you to get enlightened. And once we've
Well-
got that sense of enlightenment, we can now inspire other people to do what we're doing.
I feel like I've just joined
Cody.
a cult.
Let me.
You have, Jason. Haven't you noticed? You have.
It's like,
But-
that's
hey,
it. I'm in.
Cult starts with a K though, not a C.
yeah.
Hey, no, everything in my book begins with a K. Trust me. It's a misunderstanding on the C and the K.
Yeah.
Oh my days. There's gonna be discretions. We're gonna have like some comments in that kind of come up, which sometimes move away from, they're gonna talk about things like money, oil, things like that. And I think to a certain degree, I think I prefer Bob Spur's answer, which is I don't care where the money comes from. If it comes to my club, I'm happy.
Oh no! See, I have a problem with this. I have a problem.
Of course,
with this.
like I said, we all have different
something.
opinions.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Go.
I've said it before. I've said it recently. I'll say it again. There is no price that I would be willing to sell Harry Kane to Manchester City for. No way. No way. Because if you have ambition for Tottenham Hotspur to win trophies, to be competitive, and to eventually compete at the very top of the Premier League, you do not sell one of the best players in world football to a club in your division. You don't do it. You do not do it. And listen, anyone, sit back and ask yourself, if I told you at Christmas that we would be considering selling Harry Kane to Manchester City, whether or not you would be on board with this. The fact that 3 months ago, this would have been a move that would have caused riots in North London.
True.
It just goes to show how much power the media has had over the situation. The fact that there are so many Tottenham supporters out there actively willing us to sell Harry Kane to Manchester City completely boggles my mind. You can go to Real Madrid, you can go to Barcelona, you can go to PSG, you can go to Bayern Munich. I don't care. Go anywhere abroad. I no longer give two shits about what Harry Kane or Charlie Kane want. I want what's best for Tottenham Hotspur, and that does not involve selling Harry Kane to any club in the Premier League. End of story. There is no price that it would be acceptable to me.
I'm going to add on that. I'm going to add on that because there's been a fantastic comment, exactly the one I was about to read, by Paul Russell, another great supporter of all the channels. From what I heard, the Fiorentina dude, I thought the deal was off. If it's back on, it's back on. But if Martinez stays at Inter and Atletico gets him, once again, all this messing about, we'll get Fraser Campbell or someone like that back in. And I've said it before and I've said it again. If the parasite sells to Manchester City after expressly stating, I am not selling him to a Premier League club, once again, it will be another lie that people are going to just go, oh, well, yeah, the money, whatever. I am telling you now, I will go nuclear, so nuclear that you will think every single rant I've had was declaring world peace, and I will be on every channel and I will do whatever I take to make sure that that lie does not go forgotten. I will do whatever it takes. I mean, everyone knows I'm going to be back for the NFL protest. I don't care if it's just me by myself. If he does it after saying I'm not selling to a Premier League club, and Cody's right, you do not sell to a rival. Yes, we're not the rival direct right now challenging for the league or even Champions League, but you do not. Do you remember with the filth, and we all laughed about it when Van Persie went to goddamn United? We all laughed at that. Ha 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 ha! Your best player has just gone to help someone win the league. Well, the shoe's on the other foot this time.
Yeah, but that season was amazing for Van Persie, though.
And if it happens to us, do we just sit there and take it? I know for sure I won't do, and I will do a recording every single day just so I can email it to Levy again, like I do on every rant that I go on. I will go to lengths that you don't even think possible if he goes to Man City.
Let me ask you guys one question here, and just a yes or a no answer. Do you like the way that Manchester City do business? Do you like the way that Manchester City are operated?
Hell no.
I'll answer that. I'll answer that with a simple question. I don't like the way Levy does business. You're absolutely right.
No, that's not where I'm going with this.
I don't like him. I don't like the way they do it now. They're using their money. They're using their connections.
To me, I don't like their arrogance in this whole Kane situation.
It's skullduggery.
You cannot.
How can a club make that much type of money?
You cannot, in the same breath, criticize Sheikh Mansour and the Manchester City ownership group and their bending and breaking of financial fair play rules and their lucrative sponsorship deals that come from companies that are owned under the same umbrella as the company that owns Manchester City. You cannot criticize any of that. You cannot call them a plastic oil money club in one breath.
I don't.
And
I've
in
turned
the
around
same
and said
breath
they
say
cheated.
that we
They
should
cheated
sell.
to get to where they got to. Forget the money. They cheated when we did not cheat. They cheated, and everyone could see they cheated.
Mr. K, we've got a
Right?
chairman that wouldn't cheat
I'm-
even if we had to.
What I'm
To be
saying,
spending money.
what I'm saying
It's true.
is, to anyone that thinks that we should sell Harry Kane to Manchester City, do not fucking come and complain to me about the way Manchester City do business if you want our club to be complicit in the way that they do business. You cannot take the king's shilling and then not and then complain about the way that the rule is. You can't. It's hypocrisy.
Is it inevitable that top clubs will bend and break the rules if no one's watching?
Well,
Barcelona?
that's why you have a governing body
Chelsea?
that's supposed to keep them in check. But we all know
Man
that
United?
doesn't work out too well.
The rules are broken. The rules need the rules need amended, and the rules need enforced.
I mean, who on earth is keeping an eye on PSG?
Oh,
Like,
no,
Stevie
no,
Wonder.
Okay,
Jason,
okay.
somebody
no,
tell me
Jason,
that.
Jason, hold on. Do you know
Jason,
who is
Stevie
who's the
Wonder's looking
chairman?
over him.
No, do you know who's the chairman of the ECA? Right?
ECA.
Brian Daigle?
The chairman of the ECA.
I thought he was
is the
pointing at Brian.
No, the chairman of the ECA, right, is the owner of PSG.
Oh, yeah. I know.
So who is going to monitor them? Nobody's going to monitor them because he's already at the top. You get what I'm saying, right?
He wakes up in the morning, he looks at himself in the mirror and he goes, I see you.
Yeah.
That's
Are you going to monitor
monitoring
me
done,
today?
bro. Monitoring done.
He's
I
like,
don't know.
hey.
Yeah. And don't go there with
Okay, the
PSG,
Fraser
right?
Campbell thing, Brian, it does give. Look, I remember,
Adam.
right? Yeah, I was just shocked. Sorry, I'm talking about. Yeah, Adam's put this comment back. Brian would understand there. I remember when Berbatov went. Hello, who's that?
Last day of the window, leaving us with nothing again.
See,
I
that's
remember
what
that.
I don't want.
2
I don't want
points
him to
at the end
go,
of
but
it.
if we sell him, don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, I agree with, I think Brian said it a while back.
Jesus Christ, Joe, I
We
think
sh-
you need to check yourself. You agree with
No.
me? Wait, check your
I
mental
know,
health,
mate.
mate.
I know, but then we need to have said, look, if this is our price, and if you don't meet our price by this date, fuck off.
Yeah. I think that's the
Language.
line's been
I
drawn.
get
Yeah.
you can. Sorry, I can't help it. It's a habit. When someone swears, I say language. It's one of those built-in
Sorry.
things. I used to run a youth club, and I used to say it all day long.
Oh
every
my
day.
lord, you'd have been no good where I used to live, mate.
No, geezer, you don't understand. Like, I was saying it in my sleep. How many times a day I used to say it?
I can
know,
imagine.
That was in a pool hall as well. But we're gonna move on. Look, we can see some of the negatives, but positives, guys.
Yes.
I don't want us to end.
Before you
I don't
go
want
on,
to end this
Mr. K,
show
I'm gonna
on
have
a
to drop off.
negative.
Mr.
Yeah.
K, I'm just gonna have to drop off. So, guys, it's been a pleasure as always spending time in your company. Everyone in the chat, smash a like and subscribe to the channel. And you can find me at Tottenham on tour if you want to find me going crazy, which is a regular occurrence. But guys, ladies, everyone in the chat, have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Guys, love you all. And my favourite 2 words, as always, Levy out.
Well,
Send me that video, bro. Oh, we went.
Just to let the Yid Kid, it's absolutely a pleasure to see you. The viewing audience out there, if you don't know this young man, he does his own channel called the Yid Kid, and please go and subscribe to his channel if you can. Help it grow. He's very, very young. He's only 13, but the amount of knowledge he has embarrasses someone like myself. He has sometimes more knowledge than me, and I think that having knowledge and sharing it with everyone on YouTube is the right thing to do. It's amazing where this is freely given by people. So definitely go out and subscribe to the Yid Kid channel. Yid Kid, my plan is not to be on for that much longer, to tell you the truth. But Cody has appeared, and sometimes Cody and Will take over the channel, even when I disappear. But I don't know. But I personally don't intend to take this channel for too long because it's already been 2.25 hours, and it's been quite some time. So we will have to finish up soon. So, Yidkid, I know you can broadcast on your own. Ellie, it's absolutely amazing. The contributions that Ellie does to different Spurs channels. If you've not been on other Spurs channels, you've not seen her there, then you go to the Irish Hotspur. She's done a special on the Irish Hotspur where Brian has spoken to her about her upbringing and her life and so forth. Okay. The second thing is she also has a new show coming out on the Irish Hotspur. Okay. And that's Lady of the Lane. Wow, I remembered it without looking for it anyway. It kind of rolls.
Ellie of the Lane.
Ellie, sorry.
Ellie of the
Do beg
Lane.
your pardon. Ellie of the Lane. Where did I get the word lady from?
Lady of the night. That's what it made it sound like.
No, every time I think of Ellie, I think of lady. So it's Lady of the Lane. It's Ellie of the Lane. There you go.
Ellie of the Lane.
Yeah. Ellie of the Lane. So final bits and pieces that I would like to dig out of you guys, if possible. Cody, starting with you, because you're probably the most negative person here. Is there anything positive you've seen, no matter how tenuously small it is, that genuinely makes you happy as a fan?
Of course. I thought the whole game on Sunday was a positive. You know, for the first time since probably back in November, maybe the first time since we played Man City at the Lane last time, we played as an 11-man unit, and we looked well organized on both sides of the ball. We moved well as a unit. We looked like we were playing for each other. All the things that have probably been said on the broadcast already, you know, whereas we didn't seem to have a plan of attack under Jose, especially towards the end. We looked like just a group of individuals who had been thrown onto a pitch together and told, go play. And I've just been reveling in the victory all week. I've been harassing Manchester City fans on Twitter and bantering them and drinking up their tears, and it's just been glorious, absolutely glorious. And you know, the scene. Have
you gone onto a few of their channels and so on? Have you been like,
no, but
being ribbing them?
No, but just I posted a short clip of Japhet Tanganga bowling Jack Grealish over and then kicking him in the back of the head a couple times. And it's just like a 1-second clip, and it just plays over and over and over. And it's just a thing of beauty, especially like Grealish, you know, he was for the neutral. I'm sure like everybody can acknowledge that Jack Grealish is an excellent football player, but now that he's gone and he's taken the golden ticket and he's gone to Oil City and is going to get his trophies, and good for you. You know, it's almost like getting a trophy at City is like getting a participation ribbon at this point. I think people are ready to unleash on him and be more critical. And I mean, I fear for Kane. If he goes to City, I think he automatically becomes the most hated player in the Premier League, like automatically. So I hope he stays.
Was there not a degree of hate for Van Persie when he left Arsenal by the Arsenal fans because he went straight to Man City, scored an amazing goal, the first goal he scored, and went running up to Sir Alex Ferguson and gave him a big hug?
Manchester United.
I mean, when that happened, imagine if you're an Arsenal fan at the time, how you would feel. And if you're an Arsenal fan, you're watching this right now, then, you know, this is probably creating PTSD for you. Because that was an amazing goal.
Listen, for Tottenham fans, that's all you have to do.
Isn't that same thing going to happen to Kane? Look, how would you look? I'm not going to go too much into this right yet because I agree with the majority of your argument. It actually makes absolute sense. But the positive thing that you've noticed is that there's hope in the light at the end of the tunnel. You've seen something from the City game, from the Arsenal game, from the Chelsea game that shows you that maybe there's a progression.
Yeah, I honestly think that Nuno has. The thing is, back when we were going like towards the tail end of the managerial search, like right before we got Nuno over the line, things were getting so toxic on Twitter, and for myself too personally. Like, I'm not an inherently negative person, believe it or not, despite being the most negative person on the panel today.
Yeah,
I had to put. I said, you know what? I just don't want to feel. I don't want to feel like this today. And I put my phone down for the day. I turned it off, and it was the day that the hashtag No to Nuno was trending, and I could not have been more pleased to have completely bypassed that farce. I mean, in some respects, I would have been happy to rail against it as it was going on, because I just found it was kind of embarrassing for us as a fan base, you know, acting like petulant children, like Nuno's not good enough to come to Tottenham. You know why? Because we flirted with Conte, because we were coming off the heels of having Jose at the club. Piss off, language. But I think I said I tweeted on June 30th. I said I think Nuno is going to surprise a lot of people, and I think he's done that. He's done that on Sunday. And the one thing that I see, and you might even say that the Harry Kane saga has contributed to this, is there is a growing sense of togetherness and community amongst the players right now.
Thinking that word, togetherness.
They I mean, how would you feel if you were a player like Heung-min Son and Harry Kane wants to leave because he doesn't think you're good enough to be a part of a trophy-winning side? That would piss me right off. That would motivate me. I would want to prove Harry Kane wrong. And I think
I don't know. I would look around and say, you know what, you're telling the truth there, because I've got a guy called Moon Boots in the back, and I've got this wingsy fella doing his hair in the front, in the middle, and I've got no one in the front other than you, just your shadow. No, I get it. It's like I was saying earlier about the morale of the team, and I was saying that was a clever move from Nuno, not including him at all in the squad, not even on the bench. I think that's where the togetherness comes from. Is allowed to become nurtured. Someone is orchestrating it, and this is where I'm happy. This is where I'm seeing the coaching staff, Nuno. This is the effect he's having. Paratici is creating like an umbrella over them to prevent Levy from getting his fingers involved in any of the decision making, because we saw what a fiasco that was towards the end of last season, black and white. Jason.
Yes, sir.
Positivity, spices in curry. Does garlic make a difference?
100% you need garlic.
And yumminess.
Lots of garlic. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Positivity, yes. I definitely enjoyed getting my Spurs back. Like, that was a very positive feeling for me. I do agree that I feel there is a definite sense of togetherness and team about our club now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I see a direction that I can get behind, and that's a big positive for me. So that's all I've got.
Look, thank you. Look, honestly, there's not. Oh, wait a second. Let me get these people out of mute. I'm not too sure whether Eugene is busy. Might be a little bit busy.
No, I'm here.
Oh, you're here. Okay. Yeah. Eugene. What I was going to do was I was going to bring the session to a close. Right, and I wanted to close it out like we started. I wanted to come back to us and just give the last final few bits and pieces. But before I do so, I just want to go through some.
Yeah, go. You have to do it.
Embrace it. Embrace it.
Nuno, he's magic, you know.
Good one, Ellie. Good one.
I've got a musical voice.
Nuno, he's magic, you know.
Okay, it's that.
It's Nuno. You know. Sorry.
No, that's not.
Nuno Espirito Santo. He's magic. You know. Nuno Espirito Santo.
Eugene, you're left, mate. You're the only one that hasn't put it in yet.
Okay, my turn.
Go for
Nuno, he's magic, you know. Nuno, he's magic,
you know. What? I can mix that.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Eddie.
If
Thank
there's
you.
anyone out there, the viewers that are watching, you think you can do better? Please come on.
No, if anyone's still watching, I am so sorry. I just put you through that.
Yeah. No, Will will hop on, right? Will, where's Will?
Listen, in Nuno's we trust. Brilliant. Guys, these things happen where we have these things called super chats and super stickers. I do get a little bit shy. I do get a bit embarrassed a little bit, because my intention when I created the show was never really anything to do with how the club, how the channel runs. I didn't take that into consideration. As you speak to Will and Cody, you begin to understand how YouTube channels are grown. I try to make do with whatever little bits and pieces of technology that I have in the house, but I know that Will's been at me for ages to try to upgrade and so forth. So personally, I don't know. I generally tend to reuse some other technology rather than try to use this particular money that's coming in. I don't know what to do with it, to tell you the truth. Personally, I think to myself, maybe there's like a little kids football team somewhere locally. Maybe I take the money and donate it to that. Then there's the other side, which is saying, well, Mr. K, you know, get yourself proper lighting rig, get yourself a microphone, get a machine that ain't going to stutter, you know, stop using Wi-Fi and plug it directly in and get a decent pair of headphones, or get the microphone, like I said originally. And that would make the experience and the interchange between myself and the viewers a lot more clearer, a lot more concise, and you can move forward with that. And for £18, you better drop trousers and do a dance if she wants you to. Right? And hilarity ensues when other people have access to the studio other than yourself. But then again, my fingers are not allowed near the studio sometimes because I might accidentally terminate streams.
No red buttons.
Well, if you're doing that for £18, I'd love to see what you do for the other super chats you put in there.
Ellie's saying, don't be shy, embrace the equity. I think, you know, that is equity, right? Okay, there you go. I think it's one of those things that I'm probably going to get, probably might be a little bit old for this type of systems and get dragged into the 21st century, so to speak. Look, I am that type of guy. I do get flustered and embarrassed when things like, you know, this happen. Honest to God, I'm not joking.
Well, get used to it, Bob.
Honestly, I get knocked off my perch.
You're not used to people liking you.
The guys,
I was just thinking that, Cody, but you had to say it.
No
okay.
filter.
By the way, Adam does forgive you for that noise you made earlier.
Oh,
The
thank
singing,
you.
Sorry, the singing.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Let me know when your ears stop bleeding.
Okay, guys, Jason and Cody, I'm going to let you out of the stream so that Eugene and myself can come bring this to a conclusion. So thank you
sir.
very much.
Nice
Anything
meeting
you
you
want to
guys.
shout out before you
Yeah.
disappear?
It's been emotional.
Thank you, Cody.
Always
And-
nice to talk to Kay.
And Mr. K, I think you're going to read one more
You
from
are?
Ellie.
Okay, wait, where?
Yeah.
Is that,
Oh.
you know something? I think that's helped me make my mind up
Mhm.
what I'm planning to do.
Drop
It's honestly-
trouser and
what-
dance.
Drop the trousers and dance.
Listen,
Can
you guys are under
Can
the
you,
assumption.
first of all,
Listen,
can you
stop.
film that?
Stop. You guys are under the assumption that I'm actually wearing some pants right now.
I mean,
Maybe
this
it's
is true.
you're not going to do a bob spur, right?
That's for your minds to imagine. Mine to say to Ellie, listen, thank you very much.
Yes, Ellie.
Honestly, I didn't know what to do, and this is probably the only way I can like see myself going forward in terms of like maybe doing some sort of change to the local environment where I live. I live in East London. It's the most densely populated borough in London. That's where I live, which is the most densely populated borough in the United Kingdom. So we got people on top of people on top of people, and we got so many people from like Eastern Europe, Northern Europe, immigrants that have come in, and they get kids everywhere. And I think that there's not enough being done about things like that. Is not wearing trousers. Yes.
Yeah, you had to go and do that, right, Cody?
Yes, he's definitely going commando. Listen, guys. Listen. You said your byes. I'm going to get rid of you guys. Jason, it's been an absolute pleasure. I absolutely
Yeah,
love you
pleasure,
coming on.
Jason.
Honestly,
Yeah.
this is like a couch for you to spend some time on. I do appreciate you
Well,
coming.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. And goodbye. Anything last words you want to say to the audience before you disappear?
Who, me? No, I'm good. Like,
Good night.
peace.
Peace. And Cody, last 2 words before I chuck you out the stream. I mean, before you go.
Have a good night. Bye bye.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, love you
Take care,
too.
Cody. Love
Okay,
you too.
bye.
Good stream. Good show.
Eugene, when you get viewers that put in comments that crack me up, that consistently are there, that have got their point and are willing to learn,
Mhm.
And more people coming along, which, this is growing. People out there, these are the people that we want to connect with.
Mhm.
And Aglia is saying, as an ex-Spurs ladies player,
Yes.
right? Incidentally, viewers, remember this. This is one of the viewers that we actually have that was a player, okay, in the ladies
Spurs.
teams. We needed sponsorship, but there wasn't much coming in. But now, ladies football or soccer, if you're American, it helps pay for the kits and etc. Okay.
Mhm.
When we were kids, we had one football, 4 bags, and 40 mad kids in the park playing football, 20 aside.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Right. This has always been a sport that's absolutely wonderful for children. And I think nowadays, especially with things going on, it gives them that joy and pleasure, and it gives them exercise as well.
Yeah.
So I'd like to conclude this bit over here and come back to here. Eugene. So what did we cover today?
We've covered a lot of things that we actually were not supposed to talk about.
No, that's the
but
ending.
in the end,
That's the ending.
yeah. But it's good. It's good to
Positives?
see that. Positives. Right. And I think you got to read one more from Ellie again.
Oh my days, Ellie, you're absolutely fantastic. Connect. Big up the sponsorships. You know what? I need to address the fans on this one. Viewers out there. Yes, everything that you do, from liking a video, to interacting with a video, to subscribing it, to putting the notification on, or to interact with another person in the chat, all of these things, and if you're watching this after this video has already gone out in terms of live stream and you put a comment in the chat, all of these things help promote the channel and put it in front of people that are like you, have the same interest that you have, but they've not seen the channel yet. And why is it important to put the channel in front of them? It's because if you like it, then they will like it too. There are people out there, they won't like this channel. That's fine. There are other channels that are for them. All right. So for those of you viewers out there, we're a lucky bunch of Spurs fans. We like to support one another. So please go out there and support each other in whatever manner you can. Okay. And people like Ellie, for example, they've been involved in giving to the community, especially when you're a player. You give something to fans and the people in the community, something special that you can't buy. It's a feeling and experience. You can't go to a shop and pick it up and say, yeah, give me a what's it bag of experience and joy. And you can't do that. But when people watch players like Ellie, players like Kane and so forth, that are on the pitch doing these wonderful, amazing things, those moments are captured in our hearts forever. You can't buy that. Trust me. They're absolutely magic,
Yeah.
I might just sneak that one in eventually. Last but not least, thank you, Ellie.
Thank you.
Eugene, you have I don't know how to do that one. Okay, there we go. Right.
Yeah.
Eugene, Graham, is a pleasure, of course. It was a Kleenex joke Bob started. I don't know, man. Him and me gonna.
We'll go on to that one day, right? Kleenex and Romero, yeah.
Eugene, on closing off this on this episode of Talk to Kay, have you been enjoying this talk that you've been having with Kay?
Yeah, I've always enjoyed having talks with you, Mr. K, right? Whether it's live on stream or whether we do it privately, right? Somehow or another, we found each other through all the mess that's been going through in the world. And you're in one side of the world, I'm in one side in the world. And Will was the facilitator for our meeting, right? And I'm so grateful to that. And also, Will was the one who made more or less inspired me to start the Spursvasion TV, right? To get hold of the Asian fans and link it with the rest of the world, the Spurs fans. And now, more or less, I'm going more into the football. Not only getting Spurs fans onto my channel, I'm bringing on fans from a lot of other teams, right? From MU, Liverpool,
Cross network.
Cross networking and all that. And in Malaysia, and of course in wherever I can find any fans who will hop on and have a chat with me in Asia and all that. At the moment, Spursvasion TV runs more or less 2 fixed shows a week, plus 1 extra show, which is what we started called the World Spurs Tour, right? Which actually I'll be doing a show tonight, which is more or less the midweek show, combined with the World Spurs Tour at the same time, so I can just do one stream and not separate it. And more or less, we focus on the boys from the India side. India Spurs fans are coming on, and usually we have a good chat with the boys on this side. And my Sunday streams now have become a bit weird, right? If the matches are played later, it'll be more or less a pre-match stream that goes on for about 3 hours. If the matches come early, we'll do 4 shows in one stream, which is what you call the pre-match, the watch-along, the halftime show, and the post-match review, all in one stream. So that's what you're going to get from my channel. And if you guys have not liked or subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. It's called Spursvasion TV. You can find it on YouTube. And we're all part of the THFCRants, and of course, we're all part of the Harris Army, right? It's all started from there. Yeah, it all started from there.
Eugene, the question was, what's the name of your channel? Is Spursvasion?
Spursvasion, yeah. Spursvasion
So
TV.
Spurs, SPURS, and then Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spurs, Asian. Spursvasion.
SPURSU. Asian.
Asian.
Yeah.
Oh, Spurs, you Asian.
Asian, yes.
Okay, got it. Spursvasion.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to hit the little magic buttons to get everyone out of the stream. And before I do so, you know what? I think it's important just to one time, just go back over here and just grab this page, which I've got. And why? Because I think that it's misunderstood by an awful lot of viewers as to what this is really all about. Patreon. It, rather than necessarily doing things directly with the channel when the shows are on, this is a way to support the channel, like in a more regular way, behind the scenes and so forth. And this is basically the Patreon channel, which is basically what connects content creators and viewers together. So right now, these are the patrons that we have: Spartan7 Gaming, Wayne Bonner, Mama Coates, Celery Agent, AG, Gaguma, Tony Co, Alex Burton, Bob Spur TV, and a gentleman by the name of Bob. So that is, I think, probably the proper way to support channels, because more of that money from Patreon goes towards the content creator, as opposed to YouTube getting their Google hands all over it. Eugene,
yes.
Any last words for the audience?
Last word for the audience is in Nuno we trust. Okay, we've seen the team has got its aggressiveness back, confidence back, right? And let's see. But always take it with a pinch of salt. First game of the season, let's have that consistency, right? Let's have that consistency.
There you go. That's Persuasion. Shane Black spelled it out for you.
Yeah.
Thanks, viewing audience. I'm just going to quickly, Eugene, talk to you in a bit. Right, viewing audience. Thank you very much for turning up to the show. I hope you appreciated what's been said. I hope that you've managed to put 2 pence into it. If you haven't had the opportunity, please next time have the opportunity, write something down. Let's find out what you'd like to, what you think, what your opinion is, what you'd like to know. Let me know. This is what Talking to K is all about. And now I'm going to sign off. I think I have my favorite one. Let's have a little look. And it's that one over there. It's going to be a little bit noisy, so you might want to close your ears a little bit. But from all of us here at the Will Stewart's THFC channel. I hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and good night. Come on, you Spurs.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's go now.